Hope somebody's got their audio up.
Yeah, baby.
David, I just do that just for your dancing. I got to be honest with you.
You know, I enjoy when I see everyone at the podcast have a different background. So, David, I'm your Swedish affair right now is doing it for me.
Swedish hotel.
Yeah, it's doing it for me. Yes,
Yeah.
very shining looking. But
well, Jose, you're not going to believe this. Let's play a little guessing game. What time do you think it is in Sweden right now, where David is?
2 in.the.morning.
Pretty close.
3 in.the.morning.
3 in.the.morning.
So David wins. We're not giving away any awards here on this live stream, but if we were, David, not only for having the extra sexy Concert Buddy T-shirt, but then also making a live stream appearance in another country, literally during the witching hour. Like that's the witching hour. So if you hear like there could be spirits or phantoms like coming in behind you, David. I know you have the lights on, so you're going to be protective, but just saying, it's the witching hour.
It's the wee hours. I went wee about 5 minutes ago.
You're not jet lagged, are you, David? Have you been there?
No, I've been here a couple of days. So
okay,
I'm rocking.
Oh, funny. Oh, well, look who decided to show up. Stunty. David,
hey, Stunty.
Are you in Stockholm tonight?
Oh, I'm in Örebro. I was going to give you a jingle. I'm going to be in Stockholm this weekend, I think.
That's pretty cool. It's a lot of good record shops that I bought online on desktop.
Now, David, you and Stunty have met up before, though,
yes.
right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And he quickly got COVID right after that. Not from me.
Did he get the COVID Classic? Because that's the one you want. You don't want like new COVID or COVID clear. You want COVID Classic, just like
no COVID light, no COVID.
Yeah, you don't want diet COVID. You don't want that. No, I mean, that's amateur hour stuff. No, thank you.
Yeah, it made me thirsty. Did you guys had any Pepsi Clear when it came back like 4 or 5 years ago?
No way.
No,
that's a hard pass because I remember as a youth when it came out in, I guess it's the early 90s. Like it had to be early 90s because Van Halen had Right Now. They did a big endorsement deal.
Really? Was it that? I think I was alive when that happened, wasn't I? 90, 95, 90, maybe, I don't know. But I don't remember.
Oh, it could have been. Gosh, when was from Lawful Carnal Knowledge? 95 maybe.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
didn't Coke have Coke, then Coke Classic, then they went back to Coke,
New Coke,
New Coke or whatever. I think it probably was around. Pepsi was trying to respond to that.
Bill Cosby that promoted. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
The Cosby Show.
He said, "This is not a drug.
Can't watch that the same way anymore."
This is New Coke, honey, and then.
All right. Well, let's clean up the presentation. Once you have a Bill Cosby reference, I think you only have one direction to go.
That's right.
So welcome back, buddies. This is our bi-weekly podcast. This is called Surface Noise. Joined by some familiar faces. Actually, everybody on the dais now has done this show at least once, so that's good. I'm Concert Buddy, your host with the Coke Classic predisposition. Joined by returning champion in Sweden this time, David Bianco, who is also wearing a sexy piece of merchandise that I don't sell, by the way. I want to be very clear.
Nope, he did not sell it.
Those are gimmies. Those are gimmies.
That was a gimme.
So David Bianco, tell us, welcome. And what are you doing in Sweden and what time? It's 3 o'clock, is it not?
It's 3 a.m. at 3:09. Yeah, so I'm in Sweden for mainly work. But, I do a little vinyl checkouts of different places while I'm here, too. But, yeah, this is a work trip. I'll be 3 weeks.
Fantastic. Awesome.
That's cool. 3 weeks? That's
cool. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll meet my daughter. She's lives in Austria. She's coming up to Sweden with her wife, with her 2 kids and her husband. So that'll be cool.
Sweet. And then if you're watching this, we've divided the dais. And one side is non-gluten-free, and then the other side is gluten-free. So we'll start with our American correspondent on the gluten scene, and that is Jason over at Spins Vinyl. Jason, what's a good word?
Oh man, yeah, guilty as charged. Things are good, man. It's good to be back after a little bit of a break. So, but yeah, I'm happy to kind of get back at it on your live stream. So, yeah, I'm stoked. I got I got a new setup, and so that's always fun to have a new toy, right? You can listen to all your new vinyl like it's all new again.
Nice. Let's get into that a little bit later for sure. Because you told me right before we started, because I was like, hey man, you've been off the grid, everything okay? I thought maybe you either joined a cult or a
Fell
boy
down a manhole or something.
Right. You know what I mean? But no, it's actually all good things. And then the main man in Monterey, Jose, sneak preview, a video I filmed today that'll be airing on Sunday. You, sir, get a delicious shout out. So just be prepared.
All right.
Jose Moreno, Ron, what's a good word?
No, nothing. I after this, I have to go to a studio. I have some photography work, and I came from getting some record. Arnaldo sent me some VCLT. So shout out to Arnaldo.
Let's talk. I think Arnaldo is hosting one Norman Maslov in the Empire State right now. So he had sent me a note. They may
Empire
join
State.
us. Yeah. So they may join us later. They may just check in from the gallery, or they may just say,
"Can Mazzy please?
We're not going to check it at all.
And do a King Kong thing, please." Oh
yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, let's try to have a little focus here, fellas. One thing I thought would be interesting to talk about, and I know we're a week behind per se, but it gave us a week to marinate, to digest, to really evaluate this, what some are calling a piss poor, someone being me, a piss poor Record Store Day Black Friday list. We'll go ahead and start with Jason. What are your thoughts? Well, first of all, Record Store Day, Black Friday, what does it mean to you? Does it mean anything to you? And then first thoughts on this list?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not someone who's been a long time Record Store Day person, but this year I got a few jazz. There was bunch of nice stuff that came out to me. I got a couple of nice jazz records, including Eric Dolphy and Bill Evans and Charlie Parker and stuff that I was stoked about. And so this being kind of, I guess, the halfway point, maybe Record Store Day light, I guess. I don't know. This will be my first time kind of doing the Black Friday thing too. And yeah, there's a few nice things, I think there's, again, looking mostly at jazz. I guess the first one, which just kind of seems a little bit disappointing, is that I love to see Eric Dolphy. I want to see him, put him out every Record Store Day. I love to see new issues by him every year, but they come out with Iron Man, which we just saw. Like, I just grabbed that this last Record Store Day in a kind of a 3-pack, with conversations and then some outtakes. So, that seems, it's a little disappointing. Although, for people that don't have it, it's great. Like, having Eric Dolphy available to the masses is always a good thing. I'm probably most excited for the English Beat album, which is, kind of a very common 80s album, ska album, but it's got an additional disc, and I'm kind of stoked to see what that has on it. So I'm kind of excited for that. The Ahmad Jamal, Charles Mingus, which also has Eric Dolphy. I'll be definitely taking a close look at that. Dave Brubeck has a live album from 1959, which is really a sweet spot for him, and it's supposed to be really clean sounding. So I'm stoked for that. But, I think mostly it's the jazz stuff. I would have liked the De La Soul album, but they're putting out, I guess, a set of 7-inch, and it just doesn't really interest me that much. I wish it had just been a 12-inch record. So, but yeah, that's kind of my high-level thoughts on that. I mean, it's enough to get me out there and kind of poke around.
Nice. Yeah, you hit on something that I've been noticing the last couple Record Store Day Black Friday, is they're now recycling previous exclusive titles. Like you hit on the Dolphy. There's a Justin Townes Earl live at Grimey's that I was pretty convinced I already had, which I do, spoiler alert, that now it's on blue vinyl. So I guess that's the new move, is let's just do a color variant. And like you said, for the folks who don't have it, cool.
Right.
Well, I'm glad they're getting it, but it does come across as a little, I'm not holding back, guys. Not pulling any punches. A little lazy. Well,
what's kind of funny, specifically about the Dolphy, and I don't know, I haven't looked deep into all of them, but I'll just read it from the website. They're calling it a deluxe package. Deluxe package includes Obi strip, a single album jacket, original album artwork, printed inner sleeve, original record labels. How is that deluxe? I'm sort of like, Give me a
Wow,
gatefold,
crazy.
give me a booklet. I mean, basically, you're just telling me you're reprinting the album as it was originally issued. Like, that's not deluxe.
Yeah, what that tells me is some entry-level marketing folks are really they were assigned the task of really spruce up this copy and make it seem like it's a premium product, because we're going to charge a premium price. Spoiler alert, too.
Yep.
But yet it's the same old song on it. I did notice when I was going through the list and looking at the visual, because they do a nice job. Usually they have mock-ups. Like, everything had an OB. So I guess that's the again, a perceived value, but really, is it a value? I don't know. So, Jose, thoughts on this Record Store Day list? Because obviously you're in Mexico. Does this even register? Or do you have anybody in the States who is looking out for you to get you any of these titles? Like, what spoke to you in a good way?
No, we have 3 stores here in Monterey that have Record Store Day releases. And in Mexico City, they have probably 2 or 3, and then in Guadalajara, I know they have more. So it's a non-issue. Mostly, some of the stuff that's a little more like conservative, like 1,500 or 1,000 copies, they don't make it down here. But most of the normal ones are here, you know. But Record Store Day, I enjoy some of the titles. You know, I've gotten good stuff over the years. I don't know if I would call it like necessary or like incredible that if I didn't have it. There's very few things that the only reason I regret not getting it is because it got pricey. Sure. But for example, the Cake box set, you know, if I could have bought it and be done with it, it would have been great. But now they're reissuing and I have to buy them every time. But it's just you know, I don't know, it's just a little bother. But Record Store Day, Black Friday, it's always disappointing. At least for me, it's always like. But I think it's also a good way. It's a good thing, you know, because I have 3 titles that I'm interested in.
Okay.
And that's enough. I don't need to buy 10 records, you know. So I have 3 that appeal to me. One that I really want to get, and I know that I'm going to listen to at least 5 times in my lifetime. Sure. And then the other ones I might do as well, you know.
Well, Jose, can I pry and ask what those titles are?
Yes, you can. Of course you can.
Excellent.
Well, look, I have the list here just so I can remember everything.
And if you say that Pauly Shore record, which we'll talk about in a little bit, I'm gonna drop you from the stream. I'm just gonna let you know.
No, all right. So first of all, I'll say there's a.
Hang on, before you do this, we have breaking news, Jose. Chauncey Phillips says, Jose, I heard Rick Beato is continuing to release albums even though he is dead. Do you care to comment, because you are a big fan of Rick Beato?
Well, you know, that guy is always on the edge of technology. So before he died, like in the Saw movies, he's like alive and well through, you know, AI. So, you know, of course.
All right. So please continue with your list, and I'll get some. I think we have some guests who are going to join us. But go ahead, Jose.
I'm just going to be talking and then some loud and things going to happen. But so the first title, it's a Captain Beefheart record. And the reason that I am enjoying it is because last Record Store Day, I was really not looking forward to buying a reissue of because I thought it was going to be crappy or whatever, the Captain Beefheart one. But it ended up being one of the best things I ever picked up on is this one.
Okay, let's make it big. Hold up.
And to be honest, it's
and what's the title of this one, Jose? For those
Clear Spot. Yeah, Clear Spot. It's a 2 LP set. It's on clear vinyl. So there was a lot of things that I was like, I don't know if I should buy it, blah blah blah. But to be honest, it sounds incredible. I was really happy to see how it sounded. I think it was Bernie Grunman. Chris Bellman. Vinyl by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grunman Mastering Studio in Los Angeles, California. I think I was really surprised, so I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Because
it's that clear vinyl.
Clear vinyl, gotcha. Now, Jose, not to interrupt your list, but we've got. Listen, this This is a live program. This is the essence of a live stream.
Nice, with the hat and everything. That's
What we've got here is a slumber party. Guys, can you tell us?
Looks that way.
We're live from Fire Island here.
I appreciate Mazzy is still staying on brand, and he's got his hat on. Well, Arnaldo's ready to relax.
Just got back from dinner. That's why.
It's like if the Colonel were not wearing white, it's like it'll be fake, a fake meetup. So that's pretty cool.
So how is the flight? Because that transcontinental flight is what, 5 hours? How long is that?
5.5 hours. Yeah.
Slacker.
That's a lot for a national flight.
It's 5.5. I think it's 6 going back or something.
That's a lot
because you have to go up against those liberal West Coasters or something.
Oh no! So Arnaldo, can you speak freely? Because I want to know whose idea was this? Was this Mazzy's or yours? Let's be honest.
Well, I told him, well, Chance is on right now. It's like, oh, let's see if he's on, and then Mazzy's like, should we go on? So
it was a co-op. It was a team effort. All right, I like it.
Yeah, we just went out. It was Arnaldo and. Can I say his name?
Yes, you can say
Walter.
Well, Chance knows his name.
Oh, his partner and myself. I was the straight man out, and we had a nice dinner, a couple drinks, or one drink, and that's it.
So, are you guys currently residing in where this is going to be Mazzy's domicile? Is this the area?
No, this is the living room.
This is a living room. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm in the guest room. There's a guest room.
Excellent.
We're in Queens.
Mazzy, do you have one of those hat? You had one of those hat things where you put the hat so it doesn't fall.
Travel case.
Travel case.
I used to travel with several hats. I have this hat, and then I have a Giants cap where I can just put in a suitcase.
Hey, Mazzy, Chauncey was already coming at you. Oh, sorry.
The only thing I recommended, and of course, he had the hat on the bed. I was like, Mazzy, please don't put the hat on the bed.
That's bad luck.
Yeah, of course.
And he had the hat on the bed. Yeah,
I do. I recommend that.
I just want to piss people off.
Well, have you seen that movie? What is it? Drugstore Cowboy.
Drugstore Cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah, Drugstore Cowboy.
Jose, that's where I learned it from. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, you don't put a hat on the bed.
Yeah, I really enjoy that movie. I don't know if it was that popular when it came out, but I never.
It had a cult following, a big cult. That's Gus Van Sant or
William S. Burroughs there.
Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant. Yeah.
So Mazzy, before you guys even thought about coming up here, you're already taking shots. Big YouTube celebrity. I know you get it all the time, but we've got this new upstart guy, Chauncey Phillips, who said that you were busy landing the plane earlier, and people were so bored with the Beatles talk that they all jumped out. Can you confirm or deny
Airplane 3
outlandish charge?
Chauncey in the morning is pretty clever, but if you at this point, that's not even funny. Can he be on screen?
No,
we don't.
He declined. Okay. Walter declined to be on screen.
Listen, I get it.
You can only hear his comments in the background.
Hey, Walter, what's up?
Do you know the song "Do You Remember Walter" by the Kinks?
I've played it to him. Do you
I love
remember?
Messy's asking Kinks questions like immediately after.
Well, no, it's a Walter question more than a Kinks question.
I guess.
So Arnaldo, did Mazzy walk in and within 3 minutes start sizing up your record collection and try to have a feverish grab for a whack-a-mole?
No, he did not.
Arnaldo offered. He goes, "Are we going to do a whack-a-mole?" I said, "Well, eventually, not tonight." So I will.
Instead, when I was getting dressed and I come back, he was already scoping out the shelves, and I said, "That's no cheating. You're not supposed to know where everything is."
See, people don't understand the concept. When you grab a record, if there's 1,000 records there, for instance, no way by looking you're going to know which one you're going to pull. So I just wanted to kind of see what type of collection he has. I mean, that's.
Arnaldo, can you please go look at your records? And if there's a couple that have been pulled slightly out on the shelf, you'll know.
Eliminate them. I've never done that.
This is like game show. The guy already knows the
answer.
answer.
Richie used to always say, "Mazzy's always cheating. He's always cheating."
Listen, as somebody who's seen it in the flesh, in the Mazzatorium,
there you go.
That it's not. It is truly sleight of. It's no sleight of hand.
If I remember correctly, you were picking them out for him, right?
I was, yeah. So there was no happens not.
And I don't edit those at all. No edits, because that would be cheating.
It's live.
Well, it's not live.
Right. It's no.
Because if you see a dissolve, that I could have taken something out that I messed up on. So.
Well, since you guys are here, and I don't know how long we have you, but I know we got David coming up next in the record store day. Tell us quickly, what did you guys think of this Black Friday list?
Lame.
Like,
There's
Hey,
about
but-
five. There's about
There-
5
there's
records.
the
There's
hidden
nothing
gem.
I'm interested in.
There's the hidden gem that I was gonna point out, and even Arnaldo and Mazzy would be very much interested.
do it,
in.
Jose. Hit him with the fastball. Throw it at him.
Look, I know people are gonna be like, haha, what is that shit? I want that
Captain
shit. But-
Beefheart.
No, I already mentioned that. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
I didn't hear that.
That one I
Grateful Dead.
No, it's not Grateful Dead.
The English beat.
No, I'm gonna say it's not like a guessing game. It's the debut album of a little Jewish girl called Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I
And-
saw that. Yes,
And
But
I'll
that-
tell you
that-
this.
but that
Alright.
I think it's a first release. I don't think
Yes.
it's an exclusive.
No,
So it'll be issued again, right?
I think it's on the first one. So
Is
no,
this-
it's an
Is
exclusive.
this
one.
around the time of
It's
Ghost World? Of
It's
Ghost World?
the covers
No,
of
no,
the
no.
Tom Waits record. Tom
Yeah,
Waits
so
cover.
it's only Tom Waits cover.
After Ghost World?
But look, listen to this. It was produced by the guy from TV and the Radio. People
Dave,
from
what's his name?
people from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs play on it. David Bowie sings on 2 tracks, and I think that alone sounds pretty good.
No, I'm familiar with the album. I don't know if I want to rush on Black
It-
Friday to get it.
I mean, it's like poppy.
It's a novelty.
Dream
You
poppy.
play it once
No,
and you put it on your shelf and you never play it again.
No, I used to listen to it. You know, Scarlett Johansson, for those who don't know, has been nominated for Best Song from the Oscars for a documentary that was about the ice thing, glaciers melting, right? And the guy that plays the violin. I don't know.
You could say that she made a documentary about cleaning up trash on the street corner, and we'd be like, oh yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, but she was nominated for Best Song. On
No,
the
I
Oscars.
believe you.
I think that's pretty good. And she has some albums with Pete Yorn. I don't know if you know
Yes,
Pete Yorn.
they did it.
I
Yeah,
know
they
Pete
did a
Yorn. He's
duet
really
album.
good.
I have the 2 records here, and they do an incredible cover of "I Am the Cosmos." You know that song?
Yeah, that's the Chris,
Chris,
what's his name?
Chris, I forget name.
Yeah,
The guy from Big Star.
Big Star, right? The
Yeah,
one who
but
killed himself. One of the
that's
guys who
pretty
killed
good.
himself.
And if anybody enjoys this record, which is "Come Up to the House," Women Sing Tom Waits, it's a good complimentary record. You know, this has Phoebe Bridgers, Amy Mann, Roseanne Cash. Nobody's that interested in that.
Chris Bell. We're being
Chris
told
Bell,
it's
yeah.
Chris
Hey,
Bell.
Chris
hey,
Bell,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
Jeffrey
yeah,
Goldman.
I like Roseanne
And-
Cash put out some great
BK.
records, actually.
Yeah, Roseanne. Yeah,
Yes.
I know. But you wouldn't
I
be
like
like, oh, I'm
Roseanne
gonna
Cash.
buy that. But I think it's gonna be a sleeper. It's like less than 3,000 copies for that record, or 3,000.
All the people that are so sad that her Marvel character died will buy it.
Well, I'm not a I was a kid. I used to watch Ghost World. That's where I know Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
totally.
I'm not a huge. It's 2,000 copies, so it's gonna be like, if you get it, you got it, I guess.
I
it's-
think one of my favorite movies is the one with Bill Murray in Japan.
Lost in Translation. Yeah.
I love that.
That one for Record Store Day. I think it was Record Store Day Friday,
that,
Black
yes.
Friday one,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that one used to go for $400, $300.
Serious money, yeah.
It
It's
was
because of her ass on the cover.
There it is. I was letting someone else bring it up. That's
I
what
just
it-
know she has a tattoo on her lower back that says "Lucky You."
Does
Don't
she?
ask me how I know that.
Big fan of Black Widow is what Jason's saying. Oh, that's funny.
where's my? Oh, here it is.
Beaumont's right that this Mortal Coil's version of "I Am the Cosmos." is-
Yes, that's a great one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yep.
Mortal Coil does good.
Show it up, Jose. Show the booty cheeks. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Who says we don't have some spicy content on this program?
But yeah, this one was pretty good. And then I think like 1 or 2 years later, they did the Virgin Suicide.
yes, with Kristen Dunst.
Never
on it.
do a guacamole with Jose. He knows where all the records are.
I was going to say
He
that.
just reaches.
She doesn't
and
even have to
pulls them out.
look.
Well,
It's so
Arnaldo, that's a great tease because we're already taking. There's more fire in. There's more fire squads. First of all, I guess bringing up whack-a-mole triggered our friend Patrick. He said whack-a-mole is a fucking nightmare. So
There's Patrick.
I remember when there was the sofa scene that was burned in effigy, and I know Patrick did a whack-a-mole, but it didn't look like a traumatic experience. But now we're finding out that months removed, Patrick is
I felt a little bad, and then the wax was all saying it was rigged because every other person picked a Nick Cave record.
Can you spice it up a little bit? And if you get it wrong, you actually have to whack-a-mole. You have to destroy the record. Get a sledgehammer.
I mean,
there needs to be some stakes.
I thought Patrick did a good try, but he didn't know anything, and he knows a lot about records.
Yeah, he took like a Tom Waits record, right? I think he was.
I don't remember exactly what he took. He probably knows. He's probably basically he's a wounded warrior now. Sorry.
So then VU Meter says, I can't believe that you offered up a whack-a-mole with Walter in the room. Worst house guest ever. How do you please with these charges?
Did Mazzy just enter? Where are the records? Whack-a-mole? And he was like, no, it wasn't like that. Where's the bathroom? He was like,
over the weekend we'll do it. We're gonna go. We're doing a record.
Doing a record crawl tomorrow, right? Friday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know who's going.
Is Capture Tracks already open, Arnaldo?
It's in Brooklyn. It is. They did move to the new location.
Yeah, but is it open already?
Maybe we'll take Mazzy there.
Just
most likely it could be maybe.
I haven't been here in 4 years. I used to come every year.
Hyping it like I got the extreme blue balls the other day, and I even sent Chance a message because.
Listen, I want to be very clear. Jose having blue balls and a message; those two things were not anything to do with the message. Being very clear, just being honest. Go ahead, Jose. Please continue.
So Dylan is having his fourth year anniversary party, and he's going through some records, and I see like 2 or 3 that I'm thinking, no one in North Carolina, South Carolina,
Yes.
North Carolina. No one in North Carolina wants this shit. It's probably only going to be me, like if I ever go there, like in 4 years. So I do get.
We found Rachel painted on the wall there. Just
nice.
What we got? Wow. I know in some parts they think that's one of the Ramones, but I can see somewhat of a resemblance.
Totally the Ramones.
You know, I also saw someone that reminded me of Rachel today. I was listening to this the Shags, right? The Incredible Shags. And then I noticed for the first time that he has a pamphlet on. And I thought okay.
I don't know the Shag.
Right in the middle there, right?
I thought it was the Look.
The first record ever made.
Really?
Yeah. And
you like the Shags?
Famously, Frank Zappa said it's better than Sgt. Pepper. It's his daughters and their father produced it all out of tune.
It was Kurt Cobain's favorite record, and Frank Zappa said it was better.
Okay.
To be honest, I've listened to this record so many times that I don't even think it's a weird record anymore. Like even the drum beats, like in this world, like I know that so much. I'm probably have issues, but yeah.
Hey, Mazzy, are you in a safe space to speak? Because we have one more question before we get to David's Black Friday list. Joey Tavera says, Mazzy, is there a TV between the speakers?
Not in this music room.
Okay.
So no.
The music room's over there.
There's a separate music room with no TV. So, the
TV's in a separate room.
Yeah, there's a giant, like a 75-foot TV right in front of me here.
Mazzy, do you still go to like the Statue of Liberty and all that, or have you gone?
I was telling him we talked
Please don't ask Arnaldo.
The first time I ever came to New York was 1978, and with my girlfriend who lived up here before, and we went to the Statue of Liberty, World Trade Center, Empire State Building, Rockefeller Center. We went to all the stuff, and I've never been any of that back since.
Yeah, I every time I'm in, because I normally go to New York alone, I really enjoy not going to those places.
But it's it's like I grew up in San Francisco and I've never been to Alcatraz.
This guy got me scammed.
It wasn't a tourist trip.
Officially,
it wasn't a tourist thing.
This guy got me scammed at.
Who is that?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh.
Hey, Mazzy, one more for you before we get to David here, and I'm only getting because this is hot takes. Patrick wust to know: can you confirm there's a turgid clean stain on the floor?
Turgid clean stain?
Are we going to show that?
Yes.
No.
Oh, we're going mobile. This is We're doing a
Over
music talk with
celebrity,
John moment. Look at this.
Wow, it's like a Who song.
Uh-oh.
It's like a
Keep it
vlog.
above the waist, guys. I just want
Oh,
to make
it's
sure.
hidden under a bench. Oh my God.
That's the turkey food.
That's what she
So,
said.
Can you highlight Joe Marino's comment?
Hang on. Jose, look at, oh my
Oh,
God.
Oh,
Look
Wow,
at
is that-
this.
well,
Wait,
he
is
says
that
it's
from-
Turgiclean.
Is that from the Exorcist movie? Like acid vomit.
Unbelievable.
I think that was an unsuccessful
Oh,
whack-a-mole.
he's doing it. He's doing it.
Joe Marino. Joe
Start.
Marino. Arnaldo, does Mazzy smell like mothballs?
Oh, the first Steve Stills album at the same year. Steve
He
Stills,
couldn't help himself, folks. He could not help himself.
He's an
I
addict.
randomly put it. Steve Stills' first album had the big hit, "Love the One You're With." It's one of the last recordings with on this album. Jimi Hendrix is on it. It's dedicated to Jimi Hendrix. This is the same year that Graham Nash put out "Songs for Beginners."
Is it before or after Woodstock?
Oh, this is after. This is 71, I think. 71 or 72. 72.
Oh, slow down. I'm pulling up Wikipedia.
72. It's 1972. And the same year that If I Can Only Remember My Name came out and Songs for Beginners, all three
You mean
CSN
the better records? The better.
This is a great record. This is a nice hit. This is a big hit. So Love the One You're With was huge. And of course, maybe the last recording of Jimi Hendrix, but if not, very close to the last. Because this came out after Hendrix died, but obviously recorded it. So come on, suckers.
Joe Marino is firing hot take left and right. He said, "You just cannot stop whacking."
You know, that keeps you young. Don't never stop whacking.
oh Lord.
So that's a great segue, David. Your record store day Black Friday list.
Sorry, David.
Wow. I just woke up. Excuse me. Hang on. Well, you know, the whole list, when I read it at first, I said, you know, there's some thematic things going on. How do you have an RSD list without Taylor Swift on there, first of all, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's
Well, because
obviously,
it's the
that's why it's
record
called,
Friday.
that's why it's called Black Friday, because you don't have Taylor Swift on there. And then the second band listed on the list is called Old Time Low. So, you know, that doesn't make sense. And then there's a Winnie the Pooh soundtrack.
Yeah,
Right?
But you know that soundtrack.
Can you just let me finish? I've been sitting here for 20 minutes, you know, in another time zone, in another world. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Mazzy, I do have a question. What the hell happened to Blood, Sweat, and Tears? I saw that on there.
What do you mean? What happened to it?
There's an original soundtrack called What the Hell Happened to Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Ah, okay. I didn't
Oh,
either. So it's
It's a
That's a weird-
documentary. It's on Tubi.
yeah. Well, it's an
There's
an
a
LP.
soundtrack to that.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Why
Yeah.
bother? It's only like you only want the Al Cooper album or the first big one, the second album.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't need any Blood, Sweat, and Tears records.
Well, then you realize how the list came together because the Beatnuts did Intoxicated Demons.
Hey,
So
Malaya.
Hey,
yeah,
Malaya,
that's
you're not coming to New York, Malaya? You
yes,
go
sir.
to Austin, you don't come to New York? Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
she
That's
knew
okay.
her bread was buttered, Mazzy. She came down to Sweat Hog Central. She couldn't get enough of our terrible comedy and our terrible record choices. Let's be honest.
So Mickey Dolenz Put You to Sleep. I think that's appropriate for this list. And then the Monkees coming out with the first record, and Friday Music is going to ruin that one like they ruined most of them. So that's a good. There's a Second Chance album by Fraternity. Did you know that? It's called Second Chance. So you
No,
gotta check
listen,
that
I
out.
block out
I'm
any
curious
kind of
about that
puns.
one.
Yeah.
Any kind of puns on my name, ABBA, any of that kind of stuff. It goes right.
How about
on
a
my-
five LP set of the War album, The World Is a Ghetto, 50th anniversary? Can you believe that? A 5 LP set.
Wow.
No, thank you. No.
And
That seems like
it
so-
ends with the X-Cops, you know, you have the right to remain silent, which I think is right. And for me, it's the only one I'm going to get is Ultravox's Steve Wilson remix of Quartet.
Isn't that a
Is
CD?
was that produced by
It's both.
George Martin?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow. That could
Well,
be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's why I'm getting
So David, that raises another point. Like
Yeah.
of the titles you talked about, is this something that you're going to get up early to go and chase these titles down, or are you just going to let them come to you and you're going to do the online?
I
thing,
will
or-
be sound asleep that morning.
So is it safe to say that consensus? Do we feel that the dais, like nobody's going to get up early or not get up as early as normal for this list? There's nothing that grabbed you, Jose.
If the record arrives here to Miami City, I will, because I do want that record, and it's one of those records that I gladly pay $25, $30, but fuck no, I won't pay $50, $100 for it. So that's my how I think it. If I want a record, and I don't even have to want it that bad. I don't want to be frustrated with having to pay later on $100 for a Scarlett Johansson record. You know what I mean? So fuck that, I guess. Why is my camera going like this? What is this? All right. But another one that I talking about soundtracks that I thought it was pretty good. It was the Blood Simple soundtrack.
Blood Simple. What exactly is that about?
It's the first Coen Brothers movie.
Okay.
Probably if not the best one, the second or third one.
It's pretty violent. It's
pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very low budget, but once you see it, you're like, oh, they don't need an extra dollar for this. Pretty nicely done. It is Kraft that's putting it out, so
so it'll probably be done pretty well, I guess.
Yeah. It's a record store day first, so they're probably gonna have like something.
Who did the music? I don't remember who did the music. What kind of music's on it?
It's
is it
Carter
a score or song?
Burwell.
Remember
Carter Burwell. That's his name. Your guess is as good as mine, but I it's color blood color vinyl. I don't think it's that clever, but yeah.
Even these variants have lame names. I'm guessing it's red. I'm guessing it's got a little,
I'm just sick. I like the monkeys. I know Mazzy likes the monkeys, but fuck the monkeys. They keep putting out.
Whoa! Jose, that is better on this program.
Don't pull out a banana.
The best monkeys.
Jose, Walter's jaw just dropped.
Yeah,
and he stopped knitting for a second.
Yeah.
He was knitting a monkey.
They keep putting out the same monkeys compilation for Record Store Day. Nobody notices it.
But Jose, have you got the best monkeys records by far? Are the first two that Run Out Groove did?
I have them. I have those.
Oh yeah, I've got those. Yeah.
I wish they would do the whole series.
Yeah, they did it short runs on those, or
I got color on both those. Yeah.
But why do they have to put it out on Record Store every time? There's always like a new one that I've never seen.
Easy money, Jose.
Hey, Jose, is your label putting any records out for Record Store Day?
Well, we've put out 2 throughout the years, but I don't bother anymore.
2 copies?
2 titles. One was there's a cassette Record Store Day, like a cassette day.
Basically called a cassette day, not a cassette.
I'm just saying
there's like 3 of them.
I still have.
It's like Jews for Jesus.
Yes, I still have. It was a cassette, and it came with these underwears that I have here.
Oh God!
Right?
What
it's
is
by this guy called Silverio, which I love with all my heart.
So, Jose, you released an album that came with a pair of panties. Is that safe to say?
A cassette. Yeah. The first 50.
Those are really small panties.
So if you Google Silverio, that's the name of the artist. He every time he performs, he's
wearing those briefs.
Yeah. So it's official merch.
Was there an option? Was there a boxers and brief option?
There was an option without.
Depends, Mazzy. Depends.
Depends, right? That's a good one.
So and weirdly enough, it looks thicker than it should, and it fits nicely in the
Jose.
More in my life, Jose.
Leave it in there, it's going to warp the record.
It's like a set.
There's a record, and it took me forever to get this record, and I know the artist, and I was like, hey, do you have a copy? And he was like, nah. But and so I was maybe going to do it this year, but for schedule. So we're releasing another cassette with him, but on Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, which is more important than Halloween.
So is Jason the first blind person ever on a VC live
Oh,
stream?
Jason, you knew it was coming. Jason, listen.
I know.
And sadly, Mazzy's not the first one. Stunty earlier, I was going to bring this up when Jose calmed down a little bit.
Yes.
Stunty was asking, does Spins have a condition with his eyes, or is he a demon? David, he was reaching out to you, Bianco.
I know.
David, please save us.
Act like I'm the first person you've ever seen wearing sunglasses. I mean, come on.
Indoors?
Indoors in a dark room. It's not unusual.
I mean,
It's kind of like Mazzy's hat. It's like, this is my identity.
No, I appreciate it. I used to have a guy that used to tell me I used to wear these sunglasses a lot.
Arnaldo,
Outside,
please.
not inside. And he goes, Mazzy, how come everyone who wears sunglasses looks cool, but when you wear them, you look like a blind man?
Is that what you're saying? Oh,
That's what he
man.
said to me. So I always
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck is that about?
Arnaldo, please.
I like him. I like him. I like him.
If you get a gypsy curse because Mazzy put the hat on the bed, please let us know.
Yeah, Malaya, I moved in with Arnold.
Or no.
Oh my gosh, you got your name wrong, and he's literally in your presence. Ronaldo.
Just for the weekend, for the record, they have a guest room, and they very generously said I could crash here for several nights for the record. The record
Now,
show.
Did you have to book that on Airbnb? Was that an
I did-
Airbnb,
I did
Mazzy?
not.
Or was it?
It's a VC Airbnb. Now, Joe Marino is really on fire now. This is probably
We're on a
peak
sofa,
Joe,
basically.
this is peak Joe Marino right now. He says, I thought Stunty and Captain Spaulding were the only ones to stream in bed. Good to see Arnaldo and Mazzy have adopted the technique.
Can you show the
It's-
panoramic, Mazzy,
it's
because
a
it's on
couch.
bed?
Well, I don't.
It's
I
a
thought you just want
couch.
to be on. I mean, can you be okay?
He
Well, I'm respectful. Civilians don't want to be on these
It's a
things.
sectional couch.
It's a big couch, yeah.
It's there. You
Yeah.
go. Look.
It's perfect. It's perfect for the couch photo.
He carries that stick
There's a
around,
big
doesn't
TV.
he?
There's no stereo here. I
Okay.
don't want to do. You do your own
Freaking
tour. I'm not
snowman.
Is Mazzy gonna do a tour?
It's a very mid-century kind of aesthetic right there.
All
How many
right.
times have you banged your head on that light?
This wall. It's got one of these.
Not
things.
enough, apparently.
I think there was one of these in the Woody Allen movie with the orgasmatron.
I don't know.
The everything you want to know about sex.
Sex.
It's a classic
Yeah.
60s, 70s light. Seriously, this is a cool
It's called the Arca lamp.
Yeah.
Arca lamp. I didn't know the name of it. But look at this. I mean, we're
Yeah,
gonna
like
all
Mazzy's just walking around.
we're
pointing-
gonna after this we're gonna put our jammies on and go walk around with these masks on.
Oh, is that
Is it eyes wide shut? Is some eyes wide shut action going on? I mean, this is some crazy shit happening. Kubrick
Yeah,
is
squeal
losing
like
his
a
mind.
pig, Ned Beatty.
That's a real Venetian mask.
But it has to do with the movie, or is it just a coincidence?
It's a
That's
prop.
my show. Yeah.
It's made
Yeah,
by-
all right. It could be.
Arnaldo,
That
please tell
that
me.
mask was bought at the mask maker that made all the masks for the movie Eyes Wide Shut.
Wow, not the Spirit Halloween store.
No.
Oh.
This
Wow. Wow. Hey,
Are there
Arnaldo.
spirit Halloweens in New York?
They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
everywhere.
They're in San Francisco. They're
Everywhere.
Hey,
they basically they take any dump that went out of business last year and they go in for a month.
A bunch of Ara Krishna temple that went down.
Hey, Arnaldo, is this a good venue to explain? Because your channel name has ties to that movie, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That is correct.
This is the place to break the news.
Yeah,
Fidelio's
no, that's
frequency.
the password. That's the password.
Jose picked up on it.
Jose and Joe Marino are going 1A and 1B for just hotness, the hot takes, the hot answers. This is a tough one.
Mazzy's
score at
doing
home.
see cribs.
Yeah, I got the metrosexual thing and I got the whole bit. Whatever.
Yeah, the exhibit.
Whatever. I don't care what people, whatever.
Man,
People
that
take,
crib.
we were talking tonight. People take this shit way too seriously when they get upset about any of this shit.
Mazzy, are you gonna go to the village?
The village people.
No, the village. You know the.
I don't know this time, but maybe. I've been to the village many times.
We'll be in the East Village tomorrow for the record.
Okay,
crawl.
so I'm following them. I know Manhattan really well. I don't know Queens. I know Brooklyn a little bit, not as much. I've been in New York.
You
I've
know
been in New York
Befara?
50 times or so. I
Are
mean,
you going to Regional Ray's? Isn't that the pizza? Isn't that a fancy pizza place there?
It's famous for
Famous Ray's. And
Wait,
they're on
wait.
every corner, right? Yeah.
The best pizza in New York, and I'm gluten free now, so it may change, but it was Befara's, as far as I am concerned, in Brooklyn.
Which one?
Befara's.
I've never eaten there. No, I've never. Defara.
Yeah, I think it has one of the best reviews online, if not the better ones.
I haven't been there. I know that there is a pizza place in the Lower East Side, I think it is, that won actually the worldwide prize for best Neapolitan pizza.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't been to it yet because it's
This one,
probably
I
like
think
a $25 pizza, which is for me overpaying for pizza.
Yeah,
Mazzy
it's
sent
called
you-
Befara.
Difada. Okay.
I don't take the comment stuff way too seriously, Stunty. I don't know what, believe me, I don't.
Hey, Mazzy, since you're the feet on
Oh,
the
yeah,
ground, big fan of yours, Marius Stark says, stop by Williamsburg. I'm assuming that's a borough or a town.
That's right. It's right near
It-
Brooklyn.
it's a part of Brooklyn. Yeah.
You should
It's
listen,
Jewish.
Marius. They're doing a
I'll go
record
there.
crawl tomorrow. You should take part. There's where
Okay.
you get-
Here's the
tell us
thing.
about the
Here's the
record
thing
crawl.
about Williamsburg.
Going big.
Up and coming artists, hipsters, moved to Williamsburg late 90s, early 2000s when it was a dump. It was a shithole.
Sure.
They made it trendy. New condos went up. Really hip, trendy stores and bars started opening there. Rent skyrocketed. All of the hip, edgy kind of scene had to move from Williamsburg because it became too pricey for them, and they moved now to Greenpoint, which is where the previous Williamsburg scene used to be. And that's where all the record stores moved. They used to be in Williamsburg. Now they're all, because you can't really make a living running a record store with a high rent. So they all started moving to Greenpoint. So now most of the better record stores are in Greenpoint.
Which is basically a story about Brooklyn, Mission, and San Francisco.
Well, Rough Trade left.
Every friggin' city has this stuff. Lower East Side was like them. That was it was sketchy. Ludlow Street, all these places. I mean, what's the place in LA? The hipster that I forget that neighborhood. You could buy a house cheap, you can rent cheap. That's it. Is artists move in south of Market, San Francisco, then now the techies. It's a common thing in all urban cities. Austin, the east side of Austin, Texas, right? All these, it's not just New York or San Francisco.
I mean, I think that I remember the first time that I went alone. I wanted to rent in Williamsburg, and a guy wanted a bed, just a bed for like 3 weeks. He wanted $900 for a bed, and I share the room with someone else.
Oh, that wasn't even your private room?
No. It was just a bed. Because I told my aunt, right? She lives in upstate New York, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna go every day to commute to the city. I want to be in the city and stay up late and get drunk and end up like a wino. So I wanted to do it and have that experience. Yeah, that was my. That's what my experience wanted, and I didn't got it because the guy was like, I was even trying to apply the Jewish discount, and he was like, "Fuck that, I'm not gonna take it." I was like, $900 for 3 weeks, and he was like, "It could have been worse."
The old story is these neighborhoods that are some consider sketchy. There's usually artists and gay move in. The gays. No, seriously, and they fix the neighborhood up. They fix the neighborhood up, and then the real estate people come in and start speculating and buy shit up, and then
As he's doing a lot of good points today. And
totally. I met some gays here while I'm in New York.
Gays.
Chelsea was like that. Chelsea was a dump.
Yeah.
The gays.
Well, you know
moved in,
what?
they made it
Actually,
nice, and they had to move
the gays. I had not that there's anything wrong with that, right?
Now, does Maurice Stark? Isn't he in Britain? He doesn't live in.
He said Williamsburg or Williamsport
which is the
or whatever.
store, Marius? We'll go.
Marius, am I going to meet you? Are you going to meet you? So you can
listen, that's a great segue, guys. Let me lead into it. So
I want to see if I can meet him so he can parody me better.
he needs to study this. He needs to sample the subject. But Arnaldo, talk about the record crawl tomorrow. Maybe Marius can join up with you. Maybe you can add a point to go to Green
Well,
Point.
first of all,
this
is Marius here? Is he here in New York?
He said so. Yeah, he lived in
Williamsburg or whatever that was. Williamport. That's where he is, I believe. Marius.
He said he's from the PA and
Fire Island.
Okay.
He said he's going to be in Pennsylvania.
Well, if
Oh,
by
is he?
Williamsburg, well, Marius, you have to tell us somewhere to meet you.
Oh, he says he's going to be in
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
PA.
David's right. So
Okay.
he,
Well, then, see that.
All right.
Okay, you just let us on, Marius.
what a tease, Marius! You can't do
Exactly.
that. These guys were excited
Well,
because anytime you can meet. Listen, we just had this in Austin. We met Nathaniel Mars, who no one has seen outside of his wolf mask. So this could have been the New York version.
Jason is here. Jason Rojas is here.
Here.
Okay.
Jason's
Okay. Jason wants to know if I'm an asshole or if I'm a nice guy, or if I'm a nice guy. No. So what you met me now? You've been here what? 5 hours, 6 hours? I've been here. I'll close my ears. You can tell them what it's like.
Totally nice.
Tell us in the private chat, Arnaldo.
Just to know.
I'm pretty much
I want to find out
like
tomorrow morning what he says.
I'm
Yes.
exactly like I am on the stream.
So
right?
if you like Mazzy on the stream, that's what you get.
And if you don't, you're
person.
not going to get anything better. So there we go.
At
It's not like
3
Rob, where he's better in person.
Can you
and
please
not
let
as
us
much of
know?
an asshole, you know?
And can you please let us know if Mazzy at 3 a.m. goes and like looks for records, just like a demon at 3 a.m.
Speaking
I
of
think-
3 a.m., Arnaldo and Mazzy, did you know David Bianco? I want to point this out again because we don't have trophies. We're not going to get any awards on this live stream, but David Bianco not only wearing a delightful Concert Buddy T-shirt, which I owe Arnaldo one, but but he's doing this at 3 a.m. at the witching hour in Sweden. Can you believe this commitment?
That's right.
You're in
to the
Sweden?
program?
Yeah.
Did you get a massage yet, or listen to an ABBA record?
Or both at the same
You-
time?
you-
No, I got
Are
a Tracy Chapman though. I didn't.
Are you visiting with Stunty?
I haven't. No, I haven't arranged anything yet because my.
I bet
schedule-
he's not really in Sweden, right?
I've met him before.
He's
here,
probably
yeah.
in Turlock, California, in
Oh,
this warehouse.
Look at that wall. No one in the U.S. would
Yeah,
have.
we need
that
to make
wall.
David big. Look at
Look
this
at that
design.
wall.
This is
Wow.
a choice. This was a choice.
Wow,
that
look
he
at that.
He's
Nice
in an
hotel
IKEA
room, right?
showroom.
That's
Look
a
at
bet
that
he
painting.
can get chain
Okay,
on. Look,
David, you're duping us. You traveled with your microphone.
No, this
Oh,
is
that's a
my
good
portable. This is my portable Shure microphone. It does stereo and the whole.
Wow.
Actually, I like
Wow.
that wallpaper. That's a
it
cool
leaps,
spot.
leaps.
Are you working there or having fun there? What are you doing?
Yes, both.
Oh, good, good. How long are you there for?
3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Wow. How are the meatballs?
I haven't been to an IKEA yet. No.
They say they
Now,
sell
let me
good
ask you,
food.
when you check in that room, are you in a hotel?
Yeah.
When you check in there, do they make you put all the furniture together?
Yeah, and they don't even give you a freaking Allen wrench. That's what sucks.
I bet you the instructions are worst ever.
See, I am funny,
Oh, there.
Jason, wherever you are.
They're terrible.
How many screws do you have left over?
I don't know.
I'm
Two
always-
blondes and a redhead, I think.
Is there one of those pictures of the guy falling over the toilet? Like in
Put a big X on it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, have you ever been to an IKEA?
Okay, I
there,
think we need
in
to open that
general?
gin. No.
Have you? Have you been to an IKEA there? Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
say they sell good food. I don't know what that means, but they say they sell good food there.
They sell the same stuff they sell in
Do
America.
they have Gravlocks
No,
everywhere?
They say they sell those
Yeah.
meatballs, the Swedish meatballs, right?
Swedish meatballs, right?
Yeah.
But they're made out of
That's-
horse meat.
And lingonberry.
They're made out of horse meat. Is that still a thing?
Is Stroman is that from Sweden? Stunty will tell us like that. I think it's.
All right. Well, listen. I know we've gotten way off the rails, but I actually did have a focused topics to talk about.
I thought we were going to talk about VHS.
That's where I'm coming
You-
to because you know what? Listen,
You obviously have no control of this show. That's
no,
for
listen,
sure.
listen. This is gonna make for a terrible listen on the podcast, so you've been warned ahead of time. But
Yeah.
but I digress. No, let's talk about this other topic. And I'm full credit to Jim Gleason and Steve Carlson over at Two Guys Talking About Records, a great podcast. Everyone should check out. But I heard on their most recent episode that they were talking about this. But I've also seen this. I've heard a little rumblings about VHS making a comeback. Is this the biggest
Wow.
crock of crap? that because was it 3 years ago cassettes are making a comeback. I'm still waiting for that to happen. Now it's VHS. So Jason spins vinyl. What do you think about this alleged VHS resurgence?
So I subscribe to every garage sale channel on YouTube. And one of the biggest things they pick up is VHS. They want to go in there and find horror VHS. They want to find sealed VHS. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe they're even slabbing that stuff and grading it now.
Oh no, they're slamming VHS. Oh,
but I mean,
God.
it just seems like one of those deals where it might spike for a minute, and then everyone's going to regret that they went out and bought all this stuff, and they're going to get stuck with it. I don't know. I mean, it just, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm surprised that people even collect vinyl.
Jason, put me on the spot. Do you own a VCR?
No.
See, does anybody?
I got one for a video, but I returned it.
I have three. I have three.
Are you speculating on buying up VHSs?
Well, no, because during COVID, this was a thing. This was one of those speculation things, particularly sealed VHS, for whatever reason, was going for like insane money. But now it seems that people are really trying, because if you go to record stores, I'm sure you guys have seen this too, that's some of the merchandise they're carrying now are used VHS, particularly like old horror movies, vintage things that have not, like David said before, that have not been released on other formats, Laserdisc, what have you. So I don't know. Is this a real thing? David, what do you think about this?
It's a flash in the pan. It'll, it won't, because the hardware, nobody's going to be making the hardware. I mean, that's, you don't have a.
That's the barrier to entry, right? Like unless you can find a working machine, like
less than 10 years ago, they stopped producing them. So
I mean, mine's been flashing 12 years now, so I don't know what I'm going to do with mine.
Is there reality where it comes back enough that they start producing VCRs in the same way they do turntables, and they start selling them at
turntables? They never stop.
Well, I don't know if anybody.
Well, but I mean, like a Crosley or something comes out with like, VCRs.
So you get like an opening price point, like really basic. Even hell, you could even have Blockbuster branding if you really want to play the nostalgia
in
thing,
the
right?
Valley, in the LA Valley, Sherman Oaks and the Valley there. That's the porno industry basically invented the whole VHS.
Yeah, home video for sure.
I have 3 VHSs here, and I do buy them because
I thought it was JVC.
They are very, they are cheap to get, and I enjoy them.
Sure.
And sometimes I find like stuff like this. Like I bought this. I didn't know it came out on VHS. It's the Royal.
So what do you got there, Jose?
Tell Royal Tenenbaums.
I didn't even know they made that on VHS.
Yeah,
Paul Thomas Anderson, right?
I got about 75 Beatles VHS kind of things that I want to sell or get rid of, and I just never think about it.
So, but Jose, you're making the point though, is that horror movies.
Yeah, horror
are a hot commodity because I doubt that maybe that was on DVD. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, of course it was the DVD. But I myself on the label have tried not once but twice to release a documentary on VHS original because we just wanted to release it on a format, and where I buy my bulk blank cassettes.
Oh.
We've done lost Jose.
He used the password blank cassettes,
and
then he went blank.
That's kind of a cool shot, though.
It is.
It looks like a Rembrandt.
Jose has been taken into the VCR ether.
This is the most cogent things I've heard him say in a long time.
Yeah.
Is anybody on this stream nostalgic for VHS? I mean, did you guys? I mean, I grew up with VHS. I mean, that's how I was watching, Star Wars for years. I mean,
I'm nostalgic for Laserdisc.
You're nostalgic for Laserdisc.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing I can think, honestly, Jason, is nostalgia is a little bit, but I think it's the cost component, right? Because like Patrick just said, you go to a Goodwill thrift store, they've got ample VHS, and they're usually a quarter, 50 cents. They're really
how are the heads on them? I mean, you got to clean those heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the tapes can be, mangled a bit or whatever. You never know. It's a Laserdisc. You can look at it.
It's funny. I have a bunch of VHS recordings, like 2 or 3, that are recorded starting the night John Lennon died. All the news shit when Lennon was.
Oh,
shot.
really? That's interesting.
I don't know why I did it because I could never watch it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like nobody's jumping on this VHS bandwagon.
No.
It sounds like a gimmick. This
No.
is just another flash in the pan.
No.
Maybe the movie industries are trying to get some of this on the back end. I don't know. But well, that puts a wrap on that.
Yeah,
VHS, no.
pretty quick.
Well, like you manufacturing hype. And the other thing too is like if this ends up on like Pawn Stars or something,
Yeah.
then it's like, mainstream. And then you might have a bunch of people being like, oh, where's all my VHS? And then next thing you know, I mean, that's what happened with graded video games ended up on Pawn Stars. And now it's like a big thing.
So all it takes is a little bit of that influencer, that FOMO, a little bit of social proof.
Maybe
the right people, and then it
My
gets
son collects video games and vintage video stuff, game things, and I don't know anything about. He knows all the history, the consoles and the machines, but he's 32 years old, so that's that perfect age group,
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, Mazzy, tell us about the record crawl tomorrow. What do you know?
I don't know. I'm
We're
kind of
gonna
tagging
go-
along. I'm not planning any of it. It's Arnaldo.
Oh,
and
Arnaldo, you're back. Oh, I'm
back.
sorry, you in mid snack? I don't want to interrupt you. You're in mid snack.
It's
I don't
Jewish
want to watch you
application,
eat.
apparently.
Yeah, we want to watch you eat, Arnaldo. Can we get a close up of you jamming
If you didn't bring enough for everyone.
Yeah, come on. What kind of manners are these? Gosh, Mazzy's not even having a piece.
Well,
Whoa, look
Wow.
at this.
Wow.
Crumbs on the couch. I can't
it-
believe it. They're
Is this
you know, allowed-
baklava? What are we
Let me get a
eating?
napkin.
Oh,
That is a
Look at
host
that.
right there.
I'm a metrosexual. I'm probably cleaner than you guys are.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
I don't mean to no, but I'm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jose, can you hear us? Are you on the upside down? Where are you?
My lights went out.
Okay, we're gonna take a little break here.
You mean physically or no?
Yeah, there's I wanted to point out that for a little while, even Blu-rays, to get it cheaper, what they were doing was releasing the movie in a VHS way. For example, I have the Last Action Hero. You know that movie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Do I know it? I live it. Come on now.
I like that movie. So I have the Blu-ray of that, and it looks like a VHS. And if you ever see a Blu-ray that has the VHS look
Shape.
on the cover,
Sure.
what that means is that it doesn't even have a menu, and it might have subtitles, but it doesn't have anything else. So it's going to be a lot
illegal.
cheaper. It's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be high quality or whatever, HD 180. But it's definitely going to be on the cheap side of there's nothing on it, which is probably why you even buy Blu-rays in the first place. But VHS on the horror genre, it's huge still.
Yes.
Because you have to understand the nostalgia factor. It's all over the place. I have a lot. I'm not going to bring them right now, but I have a lot because they're not expensive as of yet to buy. There are some that are.
Well, Jose, maybe in your area, but we were talking when you went to Blackout Town.
Yeah.
Local record stores, at least in my area, are starting to stock these, and those horror ones. To your point, were only released on VHS for home video. Like I'm thinking of remember the movie Sleepaway Camp? That was one that never was put on Blu-ray. Actually, they just put the score on vinyl. I think Mondo finally did it.
Sleepaway Camp? No, that's on who released that? Scream Factory? I think so.
Well, all I know is I pre-ordered it, Jose. But anyway, I bring it up because that's one that's never been on DVD, Blu-ray, best I know. But the VHS goes for silly money. Same thing with like you showed Scanners earlier, like that.
Yeah.
Those like single release, almost straight to video horror movies are silly money. So maybe it's like a niche within this VHS thing. Like I don't think people are stocking up on Forrest Gump. Double VHS.
What was that called? What was that title?
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp. Okay.
Isn't that the one that George Harrison gave money for? Its production company?
No, he gave money to like the Monty Python folks.
No. George Harrison had a production company that produced Without a Nail. What is it? With Nail and I.
Ooh, Johnson.
And he produced The Burning, if I'm not mistaken. That's the horror movie he put out. No, but he had a movie company thing. Little known facts, right?
No. It was in the documentary, the Scorsese documentary. He talked about it because he gave
Yeah.
Monty Python folks money because he wanted to get Life of Brian made and sort of like that.
Because I think it's funny, like whatever he would have said.
Yeah, there
I
might be a
think-
component, like a nostalgia component to horror, because people like my age, for example, as a kid would go to rent a movie.
Yes.
You'd go straight to the horror and just look at the covers, even though it was forbidden.
Faces
like,
of Death. Remember
no,
that?
yeah,
Terrible-
exactly.
Oh, I have that.
You weren't gonna rent it, but like just looking
have
at those tapes was like, imagine what's in these films, you know.
You go to your local video store. You're exactly right, Jason. I would go to two places because I couldn't go to. I don't know if your video stores had this, but they also had that third place behind the wall that was for 18 and older. But
I never went back there.
I never went back there too. But there were two places:
handmade film,
video game rentals, and horror movies. Those places were the bread and butter. You're exactly right.
I used to work at Blockbuster. I'm an ex Blockbuster employee, and that was it, man. It was, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Whoa.
Hey, George Harrison produced a lot of good movies, to be honest. Look, Monty Python, Time Bandits, the Terry Gilliam movie.
Oh yeah,
The Burning. It was The Burning. The Hollywood Ball, The Missionary, The Whitnail and I. Yeah, some other stuff. But Nuns on the Run, huh?
Time Bandits, classic HBO. Was on HBO like
on repeat.
back
HBO
in
only
the-
had like 7 movies, and they just
Exactly.
showed them all. Early HBO was
Yep.
the best. Skinamax at night, and then the same 7 movies over.
I like that movie, but it's
Yeah.
literally just what is it? The Sleeping Beauty, basically the dwarfs or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I could watch it now, but yeah, I remember watching that thing all the time.
It
Well,
is,
you
right?
lost me at dwarves.
weren't there like elves or what they were in the movie?
Are you talking about Leprechaun? Are you talking what like?
No, Time Bandits. They
Oh,
had
Time
the
Bandits.
There's little people in Time Bandits. Yeah.
yeah, but they were what were the magical name? What isn't it like elves or?
I don't remember.
Jose, you got me. All I know is I'm thinking of him. You
Fools.
just made me think of. Remember the bad ET ripoff, Mac and Me?
Oh, I love that.
You love Mac and Me? Oh, Jose, why am I not surprised?
It's horrible.
It's a horrible
That's
movie,
why I
but
love
it's a nice little piece of
Yeah, that's-
nostalgia.
You didn't get, you know what it is, right?
All right, our Empire State delegates. How is
Make
the
them
butt
big?
cake?
They're
Oh,
like
Road trip.
Oh, I heard about
Photos.
this. I haven't never seen it.
Oh, we made you big because we wanted to hear how dessert was. What's this?
It's a David Sylvian, David Sylvian, who was in Japan, and the
What is
band Japan, British. He became real avant-garde stuff with Ryuichi Sakamoto and some other like European avant-garde musicians. Apparently, it's a book.
It's a photography.
There it is.
Photography book, because everyone is a photographer.
that's
Anyway.
the best for the podcast. The
Yeah,
picture.
I'm sorry. I'm
What's
gonna
in a podcast?
we don't want to. You guys do your thing. We're just gonna listen in.
Oh, you're good. You're good, guys.
I'm actually gonna have to leave in like 5 minutes, unfortunately.
Hey, you're good. Hey, listen, I'll throw the bat signal. We got one more spot at least. Anybody want to come on up? The rules of decorum have been thrown out the window a long time ago, so anything goes.
Yes, I have to go to a studio. I'm gonna go take some photos, but I don't know how I feel if VHS is starting to creep up in price. I think me that collects VHSs. I don't say I collect. I just buy them. I wouldn't buy them if they start because of the quality and all that. It's nice to look at them, but I don't think unless they have like a different cover artwork or something like that. But if that was the case, and I'm not gonna even look at them,
Right.
I would buy like laser discs instead.
Now,
You
you're
know-
speaking to David Bianco's love language because David told us before we started that David, like his records, he never got off of his records. He also did not get off of his laser discs.
Nope.
Oh my gosh! Look at
Maybe
this!
thou.
Look at this! The VHS master himself, the toilet paper guru. PB
Where do you
Thal
buy
Patrick.
that rolling paper, Mr. PB Thal?
The rolling paper? That's not a rolling paper.
Wow, it looked like.
Side note: the Dr. Dre. Now listen,
Oh,
this is
man.
going to tie it back. This is what we call tying back to the original topic. The Black Friday list They're releasing Dr. Dre Chronic 30th anniversary long box CD with rolling papers. So if you want the Chronic branded rolling papers, there you go. See, it sells itself, folks. It sells itself.
Will you use them like, or will you just like keep?
No,
them?
this would be like the Cheech and Chong album. Like it would be part of the. To me, would be
I've
part of
smoked
like.
that. I've smoked that record. I've had a friend that bought it just for that. He roll it out. The thing was a little shitty. He bought like new glue for it.
Okay.
And
It's like a $20 record with the paper.
Yeah, with it. Yeah. Well, no, it goes for even more. I think my friend got it. It was sealed, and the reason you want that shit sealed is because if you're gonna smoke it, you don't want to know.
You don't want a bunch of people's hands on it.
Yeah, you don't want to
contaminated.
Yeah, after 40 years of being touched by God knows who, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not like
Look what I
records.
picked
Yeah.
up from the thrift store.
We actually listened to the record, and we were all like,
Yeah, but you're not putting a record in your mouth. At least I don't, David. I don't know what you do in Sweden, but I mean, where I live, you know, I don't know what kind of weird shit you're into that you have to go to Sweden to delve into it. But whatever it is, I don't know. I don't.
I use ultrasound. I've got a tongue that's an ultrasound. You didn't know.
If you
that?
have braces, you can play it, right? You can actually hear the music.
Once after you dig the grooves in.
Yeah.
wasn't there a chocolate vinyl they also sold somewhere somehow?
How could you do that? Because if you send it to like Monterey with the hot heat and humidity, that thing would melt immediately.
You're probably there was a guy doing
Sticky needles.
ice. Like they would sell like whatever, and you put it in the water and take them to that. I'm almost about to leave, but I want to say thanks to Arnaldo because I hinted. I don't remember if I hinted it before or after.
No, you teased it. Jose got some VCLT. Arnaldo, you're right on time. I know. Jose, give him the thank you and the platitudes that you were showering with.
Well, I already sent him a personal one, but I'm very grateful. My wife's interested in this one.
Hey, Patrick, we're on a sofa. We're on a couch.
What are you telling me for? You should tell Marius.
Davey Strange name. Listen, let's get it straight, guys. That was a Davey Strange name.
Strange. Yeah.
Oh,
that
sorry.
Like
my apologies, Marius. Sorry, my apologies.
That was the stupidest thing after.
Jose is saying thank you. Jose, what are these records that Arnaldo was kind enough to get to?
Afghan Wings that I didn't have, and I'm looking forward to listening to it. Well, this one, actually talking about VHS, I think I have a
great record.
I don't know if I have the DVD or the VHS of both of them, but he has a live at Milwaukee.
Yeah,
and you know, it's a very good looking record, you know, besides the music, but like everything here is what do you call it? It's not when it's popping up, it's when it's
I think it's embossed gold foil.
But isn't embossed when it's out?
Gold foil.
Textured?
No, yeah, but embossed is when it's out, isn't it?
Gold foil.
I heard that, but I'm
embossed, debossed.
Debossed, that's the word there.
There's debossed or embossed.
That one.
And then
and there's foil stamped. It's foil stamped.
Debossed, yeah.
And Daniel Mars coming in clutch, debossed.
Yeah. You know,
basically. Jose's wife is debossed to him.
Yes.
Oh man.
And then this is the Eels record.
I love that collection.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I remember when this record came out on the original.
What are you showing, Jose? Remember, people can't. They're blind people.
Yes,
the Eels.
So this is Blinking Lights and Other Revelations by Eels, and
that's a great comp.
I love it. Well, it's not a compilation. It's a.
Well, it's kind of a.
It's a.
An album. Okay.
What do you call it?
An album.
B-side?
No, it's not a visa. Conceptual record. What is it? Conceptual.
Concept album.
Concept album. Thanks. My English. But I really enjoy it, and but I never listened to it on vinyl because when it originally came out.
El Disco del Concepción.
No, that's like the conception of the record.
Would that be right? El Disco de Concepción.
El concepto, disco conceptual.
Mazzy, did you bring Rosetta Stone with you on your trip? What are you doing over there?
I have Walter. Walter speaks Spanish.
Oh, yo también. Yay.
I have a feeling I owe Arnaldo some BCLT. What can I send you to make up for the Terzatol stain on your wood floors?
A new floor because you just get a new.
You know,
floor.
mayor. Who's your mayor here again?
Eric Adams.
He came here and almost condemned the house because of that turgid kill.
Yeah, Terzastain. Yeah, there you go.
Is that what Rudy Giuliani uses for the sideburns?
That was leaking. That was leaking.
Yeah, the leaking.
Jose, I have a question.
To be fair, he had a less than optimal.
The Afghan
container for the
wig.
Terzastain.
Did you open it yet?
No, I haven't.
Let me know if it has a print inside.
All right. Why is it like?
It may have a signed print inside. I'm not sure.
That's awesome.
Is that the band Paul McCartney and Wigs? Is that his band?
Yes, the Afghan Paul McCartney wing.
I'd like to acknowledge Jose said he was leaving 5 minutes ago. I just
Are you pro?
He
Wig
always
or
says
anti-wig,
that.
I never
Weren't the wigs like the
I never liked him or hated
The
him.
guy has the worst time management. I'll tell you. It's just,
Fantastic album.
Yeah.
well, when you sleep as much as he does, if time is a really abstract.
Jose, we're gonna watch you open this record. No pressure.
Jose has a minimum of 10 albums he has to show once he starts
Oh,
showing.
Patrick, we blew through that in the first 3 minutes. He was on.
You know,
one
just
today.
rip that shrink off. That's what I would do.
No, I love shrink. It does not.
Did you look at both sides?
That's obscene. Quit doing that.
This is vulgar.
David's getting excited. It's late in the morning there.
Hey,
It's the
4 in
Swedish.
the morning area. I'm looking for some fun.
You need to go to Amsterdam for that, dude.
Hey,
Come on.
Wyoming
Yeah.
Dave, it wasn't that funny, believe me.
So Jose, was there a signed print in there? That's
No,
what
No.
I guess not.
Oh man.
What did
what
you?
a tease.
Everything here is debossed on.
Yeah,
debossed?
that's a really nicely done album cover.
Is that one of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So are you making these people wait in the studio for your photography session, Jose? Is that what you're doing?
No, so I'm getting there early because I'm
What
gonna.
time
Apparently
is it
not.
there? It's nighttime.
No. I have to be there at 9, so I'm. It's 8:21 here.
Jim, I have an article for this month's
That's
Record
right.
Collector
You're
News. I'm
getting
working on it.
But I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But
Same here, Jim.
You said that before.
thanks a lot for the records and all, and have a good night, everyone. And
Are you gonna bring candy to the studio?
funny enough, I do
He's
have
bringing the blow.
some raisinets. You like raisinets?
I do like Raisinets. Yes.
All right, that's
Hey,
what I have.
Jose, before you leave, I got to ask a question, and nobody put me up to this.
Yeah.
Cesar needs his record. You got to get Cesar his record. Are you working on it?
Well, that guy already shipped it to him like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, just making sure. Just making
Hold
sure.
on,
All
Jose.
right.
And I will say this about that thing is that he and I were talking, and I told him that I was gonna put out a record. It was not there yet. I even said that, and he bought it. And then like a day later, he was like, "Hey, where's my record?"
I have a package
"Well,
here for you,
you know-
Jose, of 2 records that you were going to buy off of my auction. So I found that today. So
Oh, all right, that's.
I'll
pretty
send you an email. But I found it. I was
right.
cleaning up my thing. And I said, "Oh, this has Jose on it." And I looked at it and I said, "Oh, okay."
cool. If there's
It's like a
something
Tangerine Dream and Pink Floyd.
well, that's pretty cool. Isn't that fun?
I bought that. I was drunk when I bought that. I
probably
bought a Dolly Parton record in the last auction. I never heard from him, but I forgot who it was.
That's pretty cool. All right.
Which one?
One of the
All right,
later
all
ones.
right. Yes.
All right,
yes.
Jose. Good to see you.
Black-
Thanks for joining us.
Black cover,
See you, Jose.
Yeah.
red. I should have
All
brought
right. Make Wyoming
David, what's your article? Let's make sure we don't have the same article. What are you writing?
I'm
your
doing an
on,
article on equipment.
No,
David? Okay, good. I'm doing mine on.
it's like
on
after
record
9 to
shows, so.
5.
On what? On what, Patrick?
Record shows.
Okay.
Dolly
no, I'm
Parton,
not
Here I
doing it on
Come Again album.
I think Mazzy's learning how to do Siri right in front of our eyes, so we're gonna put him on a
Did y'all have a martini yet?
Oh, hang on. I got to unmute you. Hang on a second.
You don't have to unmute him. It's okay.
Now, somebody bought this album at the last Dizzy collection and never paid for it and claimed it, so it's going in again. So
who listen, we out these people for their
I don't name them. I
heresy.
don't remember. I don't. Is that on?
Who would not buy Dolly? I mean, seriously.
Well, you know, sometimes people forget or they move on or they realize I was drunk when I bid on that, or but I don't hold. I don't really care.
I've woken up after being drunk around the Jazz Bums with a $500 Music Matters bill, like going, "What the fuck happened last
Oh
night?"
no! Listen, never buy a record past midnight local time. Never. It is
I'm
such.
sitting there with Jazz Bum Mike. I go, "Yeah, it's a
Shit.
great record, Patrick. It's still available. Get it." I'm like, wake up the next morning. I'm like going, "Why is like freaking Cindy at Music Matters thanking me for like this purchase?" I'm like going, "Holy shit!" Yeah.
Have you met Mike Tones and Notes and Tones?
Oh goodness!
He's
So
so
Wyoming
good.
Dave,
West Coast.
VHS. Are you a fan? Tell us.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Not anymore. I was when I was a teenager. That's all we had. I used to rent VHS all the times.
Did they have a Blockbuster in
No.
Wyoming?
Mike,
I'm from
Listen.
Nebraska.
Jazz Bum.
Oh, that's right. Listen, Nebraskans don't
Big
play.
difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a local VHS
Yeah.
store because
He's,
Yeah,
he's
one
in,
shape like this and one shape like that. Yeah, that's
No,
like
he's-
Westchester.
Fair enough.
Were you into horror?
Horror?
I'm glad you clarified the word there. I appreciate
Whoa,
that.
whoa. Are you into horrors?
Horror, not porno.
Not Hoors, horror.
That's a whole
movies.
different.
Yeah.
That's behind the sheet, the forbidden sheet.
So like horror movies.
Where?
I don't think there are any whores in Wyoming, but yeah, I don't know.
So, Patrick, what are you up to this evening? What's going on in Sacktown?
Well, let's see. Went on a bike ride. I'm pondering what I can send Arnaldo to make him make up for that. I think I have a Music Matters album I could probably send him. and he
Listen,
might
guys,
forgive
let's
me.
hash this out. This has been brewing for almost a year since we started
I
doing the
know.
stream, and Arnaldo dropped the T. He said he got you. He pinned you. Oh,
We got
Wyoming
another
Dave.
concert. Come on. How much
Listen,
did you
we're in
pay
the
these people,
corners.
Chance?
Listen,
We're in the
this,
We got
listen,
two of them on stream.
Listen, it's the latest and greatest.
I've had this for about a year.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody that I've given a free T-shirt is currently wearing them on screen right now. So make your own conclusions.
Yeah.
No, so Patrick, you went for a bike ride. Now you're trying to figure out how to make it up to Arnaldo, ruining his.
Well,
his
you know,
style.
I don't want to get on his bad side because he's in New York, and one of these days I might go to New York and want to do some digging with him. You know, so I don't want to be on his bad side, and you know, I just don't. It just made me feel bad that. You know, my suggestion caused his floor to, you know, freaking basically just like acid hit it. But, you know, so I'm just wondering if there's something I could send to him to appease him, to make him feel.
Hey, I'd asked for a lab test. I don't think that was turgidol. I really don't think it was.
Well, I mean, to
I
be
think it was
fair, he
something
didn't have the best container to hold the turgidol.
Well, you didn't disclose what type of container your solution.
That's true. Which
That's
is
true.
why I'm saying I'm trying to figure out something that I can send to you to make it all better.
So considering that, to probably replace those, because I don't think they could sand them and re-varnish them or re-stain them. They probably may have to be removed and replaced. That's at least.
Oh no, Arnaldo, and that's timeless. Those are like
That's like probably
those
a
are
$3 or
boards from the Mayflower,
at least
right?
a
I mean, those are
$500 fee. So
Music
add up
Matters
to-
order.
You got any RLs lying around?
Forward the Music Matter orders to him. I think that would be the.
Let's see.
But it has to be like a mint one or a very VG.
And it has to be a Led Zeppelin, not
Go
any.
for RL. Go for an RL. Just hit the home run.
Or you know, you could just buy him like a really
This
nice.
is not how I
espresso
thought this was
machine
going to
that'll
go.
right there.
So
Oh
Patrick,
man, how about
Patrick, you're
how
not
about,
gonna
how
unload
about,
my
how about
Dolly
an
Parton
SRX? How about a like a sealed 45 RPM Music Matters? How about
Well, SRX and 45 don't
But-
exist.
But by who?
I have them. But, well, I have to. I have a full set of the
The
SRXs.
45s aren't SRX, are they? I don't
No,
think
but
so.
I have 45. I have SRXs and I have 45.
Yeah, by who? I'm an agent. I'm gonna negotiate this deal. That's what I do for a living.
Well,
So,
I'm already behind the 8 ball, so I mean,
what? Give me a few of the titles.
Patrick's power's going to go out any
I-
second.
Don't talk
have the-
directly.
I've-
Don't talk directly to
I
my
have the-
client.
I have the full set of SRXs. I have the full set.
Okay, so do
Which is
you
a
have a
good one,
copy?
Mazzy.
Do you have a copy of Happenings?
No, is that the Bobby Hutcherson?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one. That's the 45. It's not an SRX. That's the 45. But no, I don't have that one. I have.
Okay. Okay. Oh, SRX. Okay. Do you have? Okay. Do you have Monin SOX?
Yeah.
I don't have.
Monin done. Deal done. Ship it.
I have never seen a stick up. This is the first vinyl community.
That's how it works in the big city, baby. I'm in New York
Why do I
City.
feel? Why do I feel like I just got fleeced here? So,
The Blue Note one? Okay.
That's why you got to keep your wallet in the front pocket, Patrick, because I think you just got robbed on that
He
one.
got raped and his clothes are still on.
well, at least I'll be
I didn't think you
absolved
had-
of this shit
we
if
can
I
do-
do
we can
send
have
it to him.
records.
I'll be
I
like
think
clear
so.
and
I think
free,
so.
yeah.
Hold on.
Hold on.
We might have to
Hold on.
renegotiate.
Uh-oh.
I have the Blue Note. I'm okay with the Blue Note of Monin.
Okay, forget moaning.
Whoa,
Pick another
whoa.
one.
Okay.
Stop the moaning.
Do you
Novice,
have
Novice
do you
Nick
have-
coming
do
to
you
the
have-
clutch. He's offering $3 for that title, Patrick. Whenever
He has everything. What don't you have? And SRX.
Well, something that didn't come out in the Blue Note Classic.
guys, this is getting intense. I'm gonna put us all behind screen while these two power brokers work it out. Hang on a second. We're gonna take everybody off because this.
He just imped himself.
Do you have your list of your SRXs available?
Actually, I do. Hang on.
Okay, here we go.
We've got a timeout. This is a TV timeout. Patrick is pulling out the great list to negotiate this settlement. This is almost as important as the Israel and Palestine situation. Back to
Oh, don't even.
No, nothing's as important.
No.
I said almost. Thank you. Well, Patrick is really throwing a wrinkle into this bit.
I had
There we go.
I had a printout. I had a printout and I don't have it. So let me go look it up. I'll look it up the site. Hang on. RX titles.
Oh, man.
Well, Cesar
So
saying.
all right. So I've got
What is
I've got
better?
Blue
If
Train.
you already have it and you don't listen, I mean,
I know.
do you need it?
It's 45.
I've got
Yes,
I've
right.
got Blue Train.
No, the
I've got
SRX
Search,
is 33.
Or the
Search for the New Land, Soul Station, Idle Moments, Maiden Voyage, The Sidewinder, Something Else,
Yes,
Speak
Maiden
No Evil, and Kenny Burrell Midnight Blue. Those are all SRX titles.
Do you have Kenny Burrell?
I have all of those in Blue Note Classic.
Those are not, but it's not the SRX.
I know.
All right. Let's see. We need to kind of think of a different tactic here. I've been
All
watching.
right, how about a Doors DCC title? How
This
is that?
is worse than Pawn Stars. Pick it up, boys.
Okay. You have any AP titles that you want to?
Oh, AP title. Well, like what?
Do you have any Julie
Okay.
London records?
No, I don't.
Do you have any Julie London APs?
Dude, this isn't your house. Do you see what's on my wall? Come on, man.
I mean, your wall looks like Wax's wall with something on it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got Doors, Eagles.
Shots fired. Shots fired at the
Purple.
representative from Santa Monica. Back to you.
Genesis EMI 100. I mean, there's a. I mean,
Do you have here's one. Do you have the Kevin Gray, Steve Hoffman cut marbled version of the Kate Bush?
I have that, Mazzy.
Oh,
I have that too. I have it. I do have it.
that's a
Oh, I'm not. No. The Aussie AC/DC box set is not up for negotiation. No, that's not
Okay.
going to happen.
So you raved about it to Thor. Do you
About what?
have the Back in Black
Maxi
what's it
cut?
called?
Maxi cut.
Maxi cut.
I'll have to see if I still have it. If I do still have it, that will be one that I would be glad to send to you.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
See, you don't need me to negotiate your shit.
What, guys? Bravo.
I
Who
failed.
said- I gotta bring Wyoming Dave. Sorry, Dave. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not going to take my.
This is how we solve. Listen, if there's ever unity in the vinyl community, we just saw it. Just saw it.
What are you talking about? You started this problem, so that you're actually the beginning of the problem. So it's not like.
Listen, I'm all about finding common ground, and I'm glad to hear that. Potential.
Oh, I know what we're going to talk about when you do my interview now.
You know,
I know
Concert
exactly what we're
Buddy,
going to be talking
Concert
about.
Buddy really
Yeah.
fucked things up in the whole vinyl thing, because he got these bands like the fucking Rolling Stones to put like 30 albums out with
Hang
every
on a
fucking
second. I'm not
major.
taking any
major
heat for
baseball team.
overbranding.
That's not
Terrible
what about
idea.
rock and roll. You don't mix rock and roll and sports. That's the worst thing.
So how am I taking this one on?
Because
the chin?
you're the jock of the VC.
Strap.
Hey, look, you got branded Nike gear. You're wearing like
No,
You
listen,
know,
I work
you're
for
probably
the
wearing
company.
you're probably wearing like the
Just
original
because he likes
OG pair of
fucking
Air
Macho Man
Jordan.
Randy Savage does not mean he's a freaking jock,
Listen,
dude.
listen. Here it comes. They're coming for me. Watch the pit. This
Are
is
you
what
wearing an
pitchforks
OG
in the vinyl
pair of
community
Air
look like
Jordans?
right now.
And he likes
Yeah.
wrestling analogies too.
Listen,
I can't believe Arnaldo turned down SRXs because he has the Blue Note Classics. I can't fucking believe that. That's ridiculous. That's insane.
I think it's
Patrick, they're coming out of the woodwork
Patrick.
now. VU Meter
Can I-
said he
I
spilled
got a
one of your
question,
fancy
Patrick.
Belgian beers on his suit and ruined it. He wants a DCC, or they want a DCC as compensation.
Do not spill this on your beer, on your albums. Trust me. Do not spill it. No.
So Patrick, okay,
Yes.
I'm more of a rock guy than a jazz guy.
Well, me too, obviously.
So now you understand that I'm perfectly happy with the Blue Note Classic of it.
I got you.
They sound great. Would anyone say that they don't?
no, they sound really good.
No,
So-
they sound phenomenal.
Yeah.
They sound good. They're not tone
But
poets.
yeah,
But they sound
but
good.
if you want the maxi cut, I can definitely send you a maxi cut of AC/DC.
Let's
You know
see.
what? The Dire Straits maxi cuts sound very good too.
The which one?
The Dire Straits.
Self-titled.
No, they didn't do that in the maxi cut. For the self-titled, you want
Which one did you mean then? You just mentioned the band. Which album?
Do you have any Nick Cave records?
Oh, God.
Oh my God, Mazzy wants a piece of this. Actually, listen, you're an agent. Don't you get excited about this?
Because that's the joke.
Oh man,
Rob said every other person picked a Nick Cave record in my house.
I picked 2 Nick Cave records.
Right. That's,
So
and
there's
someone
a
else-
half speed. There's a half-speed master of the self-titled Dire Straits that came out in the UK that sounds phenomenal. It's by far the best. I mean, hands down for me. I have a shootout coming up after the Eagles one's finished. But yeah.
Patrick, we got one. We got a hot one from Jeffrey Beaumont, who is always bringing the heat on this live stream. Asked, how do you feel about the classic pressing of the Who Sells Out?
Is that one mono or stereo? I mean, I know I've
Stereo.
done, I know
I have it.
I
in
have it.
stereo. I have
I
it.
prefer that album in mono myself, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the original UK
Oh, Who
mono.
Sell Out? You know, I got to listen to it again because I have a copy I got from Coleman. I thought it was a little bright, but maybe it's my system. So
Most of the classic Who stuff is pretty good. The Tommy Who is amazing. I mean, that's really, really good.
It's a great
You know,
cover.
but
Yeah,
that's
it's
also
really
really pricey too.
He hates that.
So
Well, that one Primal Roots, that one Sergio Mendes record on A&M with the original gold A&M record is fantastic. I know people mock me, but that's an incredible sounding record and a good record.
I have a Nimbus press. I have a couple. I have a Nimbus Supertramp. I have a Nimbus Paul McCartney and Wings, I do believe, and
You have the Nimbus Sgt. Pepper?
no, I wish that's actually the last pressing that's my last grail for me to grab. Really, I mean, of everything like DCC, Audio Fidelity, all that shit. Nimbus, that's the only one that I'm missing. The only one is that one. I've done the Audio 5 from Australia, all that shit. So that's the only one that I'm missing.
All right, Arnaldo. Arnaldo, now that you've got a victorious prize, now you're going to have to redo your floors. You've got a record in the way. Tell us about the record crawl tomorrow.
Well, it's still kind of in the works. I think we're just going to leave it to the city, the East Village, because a lot of folks already are based in the city. I think Mad Vinyl is working in the city, and Dom is going to be in the city as well.
How do we have like
What's the roster? What's the lineup? Let's use
do we have a
sports
chain
analogy for
that's
Mazzy.
actually like a text chain or something? That we can,
Well, we have the
group set up
Facebook
or
group,
something.
and then we have the one on Instagram.
but nobody looks at that. We should have like a texting thing. No?
Well, I don't have everyone's number.
Neither do I. Yeah.
I communicated on the Facebook group.
That'll slow
Mazzy's
you
pointing
down.
out the problems with no solutions. I want to
Jason, where's Jason staying? Shouldn't we like meet at a cafe or something?
Jason's here somewhere.
Yeah, Jason's in the gallery. I think he's
Should we meet
landed.
at a cafe or a massage parlor or something to start with?
What? What?
Go
Are
to
they
a
open
massage
that
parlor
early?
for a
Holy
whack-a-mole at a massage.
That's usually how you finish the record crawl, right? You don't start the record crawl. Okay.
No, I'm just. I mean.
Well, Arnaldo, take it from me because I got a lot of heat from one of our panelists about picking a dining option or lack thereof. I took some shots.
When you have like
You deserve those shots too, by the way.
When you're having a dozen people to meet food, everyone's bitchy about either the food, the price, the location, and you can't agree with a dozen people.
And add to that, a place that will accommodate a larger group.
On a Friday or Saturday.
Thank you,
Now,
Arnaldo. You're
Let me just
making
make
a
a
lot of sense.
suggestion. Don't go to a food truck place, for your dinner. Just let me throw it out there right now.
All
Don't
right,
go
so
to a fucking.
I'm glad you
to
brought
an
this up, Patrick.
unsocial food truck.
Patrick, I'm glad you brought this up because Arnaldo made some good points and Mazzy just did. Agreeing on food is next to impossible. I leaned on the man on the scene, Jason Rojas. He threw that suggestion out there. I looked at it briefly. I'll admit maybe this was my faux pas. Somehow I was the designated organizer, and it looked like they had food. Little did I know that it was that heinous food truck where they were serving prehistoric chicken fingers under the guise of Chris Farley's face. It was called Winky
And they were
Beans.
unsocial. They were unsocial.
Take out
You couldn't
the
even
H in
order.
heinous. I think that's where the
You-
food
It
came
looked like you
from.
guys were having.
You couldn't even order for there. You had to
No, it was
scan a
the- it
QR
was-
code and it was
That night, I
it
think.
was horrible.
Terrible. So Arnaldo, take it from me. Mazzy hit it right on the head. There's going to be some people who are going to question your judgment, but it sounds like you are the organizer of this brouhaha. Take it from me.
And
You
it's
can't
New York
win this
City, and they're
anybody.
going to say
Can't win.
$12
No.
for a beer.
I have.
Well,
a couple
Chance,
of
how
places-
would you assess your performance of picking the meal for that night? What grade would you give yourself?
Oh,
B
for
plus,
the
C?
meal, listen, for the
Yeah.
meal, I'd give it incomplete because I
Okay.
think that the actual organization, getting everyone together, trying to rope everyone together without an organized communication tool, which we didn't really get. Like I didn't have your number until day of, right? Eddie Perez, Eddie had left, I think, by that point, but
Yeah,
Well,
Eddie had left.
That's good.
so the fact that everybody at least was in the same
like
spot
drinks.
and we were having
Wine.
drinks, I think was a win. The
Both
food
of
was rough.
I mean,
got-
the food was minimal. I mean, we had candy from Jose.
Jose
Yeah.
did bring us these candies that it gave me wicked diarrhea. I'm just going to say it right.
I mean,
in public.
I really, really liked Dave's friend Brad. So does he have a channel
You're
on YouTube?
supposed to
or
put
at all?
those in your ass, not your.
Hey, David, does your friend Brad have a channel?
No, he
Are
doesn't.
we keeping you up?
He's a great guy. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed meeting him. He is a
Yeah.
really, really good dude. Super nice guy. He needs to be on
Did you
part of
sign?
this.
Well,
stuff, man.
he does shootouts with me on my channel, so yeah.
But I really enjoyed talking to him. He was
Thanks.
a really,
great.
really nice guy.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Patrick, to
That's
answer
cool.
your question, I would say I'd give myself an incomplete because I think everything but the food was.
Oh yeah, I had no
problem.
problem with. I wasn't that hungry anyway because I was still kind of full from lunch. So I mean, we had
Sure.
such a late lunch that it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I didn't care.
Brad
I've
and
had
I,
worse.
Brad and
I've
I
had
ate
way
at the
worse.
hotel when we found out that Chance was arranging dinner. We ate at the hotel.
Oh no! Listen, that's not true. David was so fixated on Whataburger, which I can't even believe. David, there's so many other burger options. You went to.
I went to the place next door the next day. So.
I was gonna say D-list. Whataburger is some terrible stuff. It's rough.
Whataburger, if you get it plain with just mayo only, you get a double Whataburger, it's good.
Yeah,
If you
I
put
get-
anything
yeah.
else on it, you're in trouble, man.
It's rough.
ketchup on mine. Yeah.
But,
Hey guys,
yeah,
I'm gonna try to get some sleep. So,
David, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, guys, thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
Have fun, guys,
See you,
in New
David.
York. Enjoy your. Thanks, Jason. Good
Don't
seeing
wear
you
that shirt
again.
out in public because you may be accosted or pushed down a flight of steps, David. I don't want that to
See you,
happen.
Wyoming, Dave.
See
All
you,
right,
David.
guys. See you, Patrick. Take care.
Be good.
Bye.
Be good.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, hey,
Look out
Peter
for
is here.
snakes.
Listen, this is what's great when you usually speak someone's name. It's like me. I get woken up from a sleep if I know that there's a live stream talking about me. It looks like
If there's any New Yorkers there, we're trying to figure a place to meet at noon tomorrow, like a cafe. So when there's stragglers, we can hang out there.
Leo Schwartz, is that still a thing?
Like a cafe near, I think we're going in Manhattan tomorrow first. East Village, maybe, or something, like a place we can meet up first and hang out where it's not, so people can kind of drip in over a half hour, 40 minutes.
Stefan, if you come to the States, we'll figure this out because I know you and I have talked offline. He says sharing a meal with anyone on the panel would be fun. Anyone but Patrick. Patrick's got really high taste, so I'm just saying that you watch out. Patrick he'll kill you if you don't have the meal on lock. But no, kidding aside, yeah, if you come back stateside, this is what I think has really taken off in the last year. And Mazzy, tell me if you feel differently. These meetups have actually, I've noticed them more. Like you had the meetup for the audio show. People have been visiting you, I being one of them. We organized the Austin thing. Arnaldo's taking the reins on organizing this New York thing. I didn't really notice that in the vinyl community prior to this year, or am I missing something there?
I don't know. I mean, It's been really fun. Like even come here. There's no records I need for one. I mean, sure I'll come up with something, but I didn't go to Austin this year. I've been to Austin.
Yeah,
before.
again, rub it in our face, man. You were on the list, and then you.
No, I couldn't go. Well, I went to Vancouver, and then so
I know. I'm giving. You
I
shit.
love meeting the people, and it's been great. There's only been like one or two assholes that I've met.
Ooh, who are those?
Wow, who are the assholes you met?
But I've been surprised by how there's people.
How about this, Arnaldo? You got one of these, Arnaldo?
Oh, he's trying to
I have that.
renegotiate the terms.
Okay.
I have that. Thank you. I have that.
Buckingham Nicks was thrown up on the. Is that the Ludwig or is that the original, Patrick?
No, that's the Sterling. I've got like 4 copies of that.
Oh, you're trying to get rid of the extras. Now I see what's going on here. Wow.
I just literally ran into 2 more copies last week. So it's
I
really kind of
see that
bizarre.
every once in a while. It's not that
Well,
rare.
I
Yeah.
went to a record fair 2 weeks ago, and they were selling that for $75.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's
I
not
sold one to
really
the guy
expensive.
in Europe for $150. So,
Wow.
and he wanted. He said, "Hey, I'll give you $150 for a nice clean one." And I played it for him online. I said it was perfectly clean. It was pretty much near mint.
Let's see.
You need a copy of Men at Work.
Cargo or business as usual?
Do you have any- do you
Business
have
as
any,
usual, of course.
Is that
Do
like
you have,
the K disc version or
yeah,
the most?
what's that third Billy Joel record? I forgot what it's called.
Oh, come on! You're the biggest Billy Joel fan here, Mazzy. Don't play coy. Come on now.
The Stranger with Robert Ludwig.
Yeah.
Glass Houses, cut by Ted Jensen. That's a great record, by the way.
Cadillac.
You ought to know by now.
moving
Hey,
on.
Marius, although not in New York, is making a recommendation. He said, "Stop by Katz's for orgasmic sandwich."
Yeah, but
Ass a bagel
going
for the
to-
best bagels, and
I love
Williams for
Katz's,
best
but-
reasonably priced rooftop drinks.
yeah, I love Katz's, but you go to Katz at noon. It's you got to check in at that turnstile. You got to get the thing. It's a zoo. If you go off hours, it's great, but not to sit around and wait for a group of people to show up. I love Katz's. He's right about that.
What about
That's right at Houston and Ludlow there.
Is Carnegie Deli is still a thing, or,
No,
or what am I
it's
thinking
closed.
of?
It's
That
gone.
closed after.
Oh.
that.
And the Second Avenue deli is not even on Second Avenue anymore.
No, it's on Third. Actually, it's by my job.
The
It's
Lazy Llama Coffee.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Wyoming Dave. What's up?
I just want to say I'm glad I got you hooked up with Steve Weston for an interview.
Hey, listen, we're going to make that happen
Yes, sir.
soon enough. We've had a scheduling back and forth. Yeah.
And I'll keep it short. And you know, me and Steve or me friended each other on Facebook. Then all of a sudden he said he wanted me to be a moderator on a few of his shows.
Hey, here.
And
That was
I
nice
didn't
of
ask
him.
for this. Exchange for that, he got me this Miles Davis album.
Well, tell us about it, Wyoming Dave. What is that?
It's a Mobile Fidelity Miles Davis album.
So you got Miles
Hey,
in the Sky.
If Arnaldo doesn't have that, can you send it to him for me?
I just listened to it. It plays great. I love Miles Davis.
Well, that was very generous of Mr. Steve to do that. But listen, you hit up.
Yeah, what street is
I'll
that?
be a moderator.
I tried to suck up to Steve and ask him if I could be on the panel for Kevin Gray tomorrow, but he denied me. So.
Oh yeah, Kevin Gray's.
Oh, Patrick,
Yeah.
listen, you're only getting D-list interviewers like Concert Buddy. You're just you can't win lately. What's going on?
You know, I mean, well, fingers crossed. You know, next Wednesday I might do that Darko thing. So you'll get the first you'll get the first interview with me post Darko, and I can like spill the beans to you.
Oh, all right. Well,
And if I don't get the Darko interview, then you really get to spill the beans about why I didn't get the Darko interview.
Listen. I hope it happens, but I also hope it doesn't happen because I want you
I know
coming in
it's a
red
win-win
hot.
for me. It's a win-win. Because I'll bury somebody if it doesn't happen. Trust me.
Wow, coming in hot. I love it. Excellent.
Yeah. So.
Hey,
So that'll be
listen,
fun.
Music Talk with John. I threw an email out to you. I invited you on the panel. If you'd like to come up here, you're more than welcome. But you're a very hard guy to get a hold of. I know you're going big on this. Oh, hang on. Now, arguably, sorry, John. I was going to give you some flowers there for a second. Arguably, the funniest man in the vinyl community. And I know who you're thinking, but this is the real funny guy. Boom, Harry.
You know, his jokes aren't as good in person.
Welcome to New York, Mazzy.
Harry, can you believe this? These guys are trying to copy off of our shtick with the Austin meetup. And there was no phone watching. We were all enjoying each other's company. It was the Rick Rubin.
I'm sorry, what? What'd you say?
Although Harry's friend talked a lot about fucking guitar pedals, which annoyed the hell out of me. So.
He only did that because he knew you were irritated.
I know. It was hilarious.
Second,
he even told me later. He says, "I think I pissed your friend off."
Hang on. So at that end of the table, there was controversy.
Stuff,
okay.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was well played. I thought it was great. So
hang on, I gotta unmute you, Mazzy.
I may have feigned, being upset. But
if anyone's in New York, noon tomorrow.
No one's in New York, man. Nobody's in New York.
All the King's Horses Cafe.
Homeless drifters, prostitutes.
Tomorrow. All the King's Horses Cafe.
COVID carriers.
They're on 12th Street in the East Village. We'll meet there and we'll decide if we're going to stay there and where we're going to go. But noon, spread the word. You want to put it in the chat too?
If you want to put it there, yeah.
I will spread the messaging if that helps. But this raises the point, because this record crawl is an ambitious project. How are you going to be able to move everyone in mass to these different record stores?
We have feet.
Uber.
I mean,
no, I'm saying like that many people.
There's not going to be that many people.
You don't think so?
It's going to be more than 5
Who's
people.
the guy that played oboe from New York?
Well, that's Pedro.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened. Is he going to be there?
I don't know.
Pedro. I haven't thought about him in a minute. Yeah, nice guy.
Well, if Pedro is there, he needs to give Harry his fucking Jimi Hendrix album. So.
Exactly. You
knew
where I was going.
Is that on Instagram? Where was that?
That was hilarious, man. Pedro said, like, Harry goes, I'll take that record. Okay, he bought it for him. Then he sold it to somebody.
Oh, which record? That one right there. Tell him I'll give him $60 for it. Okay.
Wow. He sold it to somebody else. It was hilarious.
Larry is bringing some receipts, like legit receipts. He's setting it up.
Oh man,
he didn't even have to. Patrick did it for him.
Rachel ended up auctioning.
These guys work together, Jason. Don't let them fool you. This is like
team.
This is like Lewis and Martin over here. Don't get it up.
I've been to Harry's house.
Oh, Pedro is up in Rockland County. I have no idea where that is, but I believe that Eddie's Albums is correct on that one.
Yeah.
So, Harry, what's going on in the Pacific Northwest? Mazzy left you to keep all the record stores flush up there.
Yeah, I was watching the football game, but that got boring. So,
was it Chiefs and who? Who's playing?
Denver.
One football game in America.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Mazzy is frozen.
It was a nice day today. I went out and did yard work. The sun was out. It was actually warm.
Only 16-0. Come on, man. Gonna kill me fantasy wise.
Oh,
Proco rat. I have no idea what Proco rat means or full tone OCD. I have no idea what that means. I'm not even gonna pretend.
Is this an injury in fantasy football, Patrick? What are you talking there?
Well, Russell S said at Patrick, Proco rat or full tone OCD. I don't understand. I don't get that reference.
No idea.
And now here's Jazz Bum's Mike, and I have a flashback
here he is.
to my $500 Music Matters drunk escapade. So yeah,
we're blaming the Jazz Bumps for everything at this point. You guys,
hey, Mike, this is what Queens looks like, Mike. I don't mean you, but just
Jazz Bumps. Mike, are you coming to the record crawl tomorrow?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that pedal.
It's got to be like $5,000 a month apartment at least.
I have a very small window of pedal knowledge. I know like MXR and Boss pedals and Eventide harmonizers, all that bullshit. Roland Space Echo and Morley Echoplex, that shit. So yeah, that's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, no pedal knowledge here.
Riveting conversation here.
Live stream killer pedal knowledge.
I'm telling you, man, and it happens all the time on my stream. It's like fucking Mark and Vance talking about fucking pedals all the time, man. It's like that and fucking Kiss memorabilia and Hot Wheels.
Hang on, there's Hot Wheels. I try to tune in when I can, but there's legit Hot Wheels conversation.
Yeah, Vance had his Kiss Hot Wheels.
Talk about losing control of your stream, man. Yeah.
I mean, guys, I don't really know how to say. I mean, I know I got some goofy shit in my shelves over here.
Why do you think I want to come and hang out here where I don't have to be responsible for that shit? I can just throw this shit out there and just, not worry about it,
Hey, Harry. I still try and talk Vance into showing his Kiss swimsuit or something, whatever he has.
What?
Kiss swimsuit?
Yeah, Dave, let's not ever bring that to light. Let's leave that one in the dark refuges. Oh, hang
Where
on.
is the tongue on that suit?
Hang on. What do we got here, Spins?
Oh, that's nice. The trading cards. Paul
That's
would
the
be
trading
Ivan
cards.
has-
Trading cards, I
Trading
understand.
cards.
As long as
man.
we're talking Kiss.
We're
That's
talking
Paul with
Kiss
it.
trading cards. I think that makes a lot of sense. The Hot Wheels.
That's Paul with the Ibanez Iceman.
The Hot Wheels is a tough one for me, just because I
I'll be
don't even know what to say.
He had like Led Zeppelin Hot Wheels. I didn't know they fucking made Led Zeppelin Hot Wheels. And I'm like,
coffee for us too.
and those were actually
That's right.
pretty
They
cool.
were
I
Led
was like,
Zeppelin, not Kiss. You're right.
I
Yeah.
had to like sit there and like hold my. I mean, I was trying to act upset, but I was going, those are actually pretty cool. You know, so-
Patrick, you're not going to go on a Kiss cruise?
No, I love Kiss. I mean, Kiss was kind of my gateway band to like hard rock and heavy metal.
Yeah.
I mean, Love Gun came out, and I went right to Ted Nugent and Rush and Judas Priest, and so. But I mean, Kiss got me, to there, and then after that, you kind of like said, okay, I'm over you, but I still love Kiss. I mean, I do, but not to the point where I collect memorabilia and stuff like that. And I if people do, I get it, they're into it, but don't. But those guys go overboard on my stream. They just fucking start talking minutia about that shit. And I'm like going, nobody else gives a shit.
Now, Patrick, Christopher's bringing up one, and how do you confirm or deny? This is you can plead the fifth. I remember one time Patrick had a peanut gallery guest who brought his Disney collectibles.
That's kind of an oxymoron, because if they're a peanut gallery guest, they can't bring their Disney collectibles. I don't recall anybody with Disney collectibles. Honestly, I don't. But I mean, I've had so many live streams, and I do drink. So I don't. So I don't recall the Disney collectibles, because I don't let it go AGK with like Funko Pops and Bond stuff for like hours.
AGK has everything.
But he'll show it all too. He'll spend 2 hours showing it.
No, he'll spend an hour telling you he's going to show it, and then
he makes Jose look quick. I mean, literally, he makes Jose look quick.
Harry, how many gummies have you had tonight?
None yet.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you're like 3 hours earlier, because it's like
almost 8.
Yeah,
it's not 8 o'clock yet here.
By the way, your door was open. I drove by. Your front door was open.
Did you pick anything out from the Disney collection? Just leave the money on
If you want to know where Mazzy lives, look for the house that has a sticker that says, "In case of fire, save my records." Literally, that's what it says on outside of his door. When you walk up to his house, it says, "In case of
the
fire,
window downstairs,
save my records."
Save the records. Yeah.
So, Mazzy, I got a question for you. So now that Patrick has relinquished the title of the vinyl archivist, can we finally set this right and give your friend, the female vinyl archivist, the proper title she deserves?
No, because she doesn't want to be the vinyl. She's an archivist.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She's a real archivist.
I mean, she emphasized audio, but it could be tape restoration.
All right, so she doesn't want to limit. It doesn't want to limit a game like that.
In fact, unfortunately, now she's working digitally for Universal, but so it's not really the vinyl division or any of that. But she worked on a lot of paper things when she worked at the Bob Dylan archive for a year in Tulsa on a project before they opened the museum. So I mean, preservation, all that kind of stuff.
So Patrick, are you having any second thoughts about giving up the branding of the vinyl archivist? Because I saw Marius in here earlier. He was very confused. The name has confused him.
Well, I mean, it's the name that I'm best known as. So, I mean, outside of the vinyl community, outside of the vinyl community, nobody knows who the vinyl archivist is. A lot of people know who PB.
Well, no one knows who any of us are outside the vinyl community.
Well,
does anyone really care about us?
That's a true statement. True statement.
I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years now. So, I mean, and it's almost like Mazzy is kind of a brand in that realm. PB Thal is kind of a brand. And so that would be, I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just saying, that's how people really know who I am. And that's how I did it, because this interview that might be happening. So,
well, it's okay. I was going to ask you this for our interview, but go ahead and spill the tea, since it is my program. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I did it because this interview I'm supposed to have with Darko, he's interviewing me as PB Thal. He doesn't care. He didn't even know who the vinyl archivist is. You know, the whole thing started with him was because he was doing a vinyl rip and said, you know, I'm no PB Thal. And I reached out and said, hey, if you need any help, let me know. He said, oh, do you want me to interview you? I said, yeah, sure. It'd be great. So that's why I did it, you know, and Rachel's been telling me to change to that for a long time. Not that I listened to her rebranding stuff, because she wanted to call me the Sacktown Ripper, which became the Sacktown Raper, thanks to Harry. But yeah, so I mean, that's why. I have 15 years as PB Thal in another area, so to speak. Anyway.
Another universe. Is that safe to say that
he won't tell us what the THAL stands for, though?
No, because it
has something to do with the Sacktown Raper, I think.
No, it doesn't. But yes.
Is this related to the Scranton Strangler? Because I remember watching The Office, so they never solved that mystery of who the Scranton Strangler.
So here's Russell S. I knew about PB Thal for years before seeing him on YouTube. So that's usually the case for a lot of people.
The only people that knew about PB Thal are people that stole music from artists.
Oh, shots fired. Wow.
That's not really true because the stuff that I did was in like Sound City, and the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club used my stuff for Record Store Day, and a couple other bands have used it as well. So
Patrick, Marius is going on record as saying the interview is not with Darko.
If that doesn't happen, then it's a win-win for me, because I will have material for years if that doesn't happen.
What kind of material would that be, Patrick?
You know what kind of material I'm talking about.
But I want you to share with my friend here, Arnaldo. He's not really aware of this.
I will wait until my interview with Chance here to divulge all that stuff, because it'll be perfect timing for that.
Did someone swoop in and scoop you with Darko?
You know, I'm going to give Chance the exclusive.
Listen, Patrick, please. This is gonna send Vinyl Community Podcast to the next level. We're gonna get those people who know PB Thal. We're gonna start just really cranking it, and then I can start selling them.
I was interviewing him this week.
Who? I missed that. What'd you say? What did you say?
And he's using that new it's not StreamYard. I forget what.
Oh, the Streamlabs. Yes, he's on that software kick, isn't he? He discovered it, didn't he?
That's a subtle shot. If you've seen Patrick's stream, I think you'll pick up what's going on there.
Originals. What a concept that people in the vinyl community would start buying original records.
Things were going so well.
I can be as passive as aggressive as Patrick too. So.
Delightful. Well, guys,
have I been passive? I didn't realize I was being passive.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on 2 hours, guys. I know that the New York contingent has got to get their shut eye. We got to stop Mazzy because he keeps butchering Arnaldo's name. So
my God, Harry, you look like the Fast Times at Bridgemont High van again. Holy shit!
Hey, Spicoli over here. Can we get a reenactment of what we just saw? What are you cooking in the lab?
Can we do Wooly Bully real quick? We have like Harry crowd surf in the prom.
Yeah. Did you hear that? That's my skull.
That's my skull.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us again. This one was all over the place, so I don't know how we'll turn on the podcast. But New York contingent, I hope you have a great time. Find a lot of records. Have some great conversation, great dining. It can only go up from the Austin dining experience.
Morris, it's all in good fun, man. It's not a big deal.
Of course. Jason, Spins Vinyl, back in the building, back on the scene. Glad to have you back, my friend.
Hey, the next time you promise to talk about VHS, can we stay on topic?
All right. See you guys later. Take care.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.